It's a Wednesday night in March, so slip into something comfortable, pour yourself a nice glass of Corellian brandy, and get ready for another installment of the SWTVC show Nights. Hello there, and welcome back to the streaming home of the SWTVC crew and the ongoing push for the continued existence, expansion, and success of the Heritage Scale of Star Wars collecting. I'm Evan, or as you may know me on Instagram, at Mile High Ground, and happy first day of TVC March Madness, everybody. The polls for the first handful of matchups from the northwest corner of the bracket are, at the time of this stream, still open. They close at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time tonight. That's a little under 2 hours from now. So if you haven't voted yet, head on over to the Linktree and do so. It's that link we've got here in the corner of the screen here. One of us will probably paste it into the chat right now, hopefully. Who knows how this stream will shake out? We may very well be here chatting when the polls close, in which case we'll give you all a first look at the winners of these matchups. But before we dive into the March Madness of it all, let me bring on tonight's co-hosts. Some know him for his segues, others know him for his mustache. We all know him from our dreams, maybe nightmares, but I know him from film school, where he used action figures and vehicles to bring his lazy Jedi characters to life in some top-shelf student filmmaking. It's the Vintage Concepts himself, John. How you doing, bud?
Good. Thanks for that throwback. How you doing?
Doing all right. It's nighttime. I'm tired. We're tired.
Yes,
Lots of fun stuff. So yeah. How you feeling about March Madness?
Good. I sped home on the highway from work to get here in time. So I'm alive. I'm here. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Feeling pretty good so far. Heck
yeah. Well, to join us tonight, it is someone who was unable to join us a couple days ago for the bracket reveal stream. So if you were missing some iconic size, don't worry. There's sure to be plenty tonight. That's right. It is SW Collector 3.75, Tyler. What's up, man?
Good evening, everyone. I'm no stranger to speeding either. As you may recall, I got stopped by a Delaware state trooper on the way to go take pictures of the gunship. That's rather infamous event now in the community. Or if you hadn't heard about it, you have now. But anyway,
stay safe out there, kids.
Magical mustache. Yeah. It's definitely not worth speeding to a gunship. Yes, it is. Anyway. Yeah.
Right on. Well, we are joined tonight by quite a few people, it looks like. So let's go ahead and say hello to the chat. We've got some familiar faces in. Sci-Fi Dude saying, let's go. Carbonites is here. What? Ben Solo? Yes. He writes, Ben Solo versus Sith Eternal is outrageous. It's unfair. We'll be getting to that shortly. And Carbonites, that may be an important name to remember here in the stream in just a little bit. So thanks for joining us, man. Let's see.
Chewy says hello as well.
Oh, hello, Chewy.
Hi, buddy.
I've got another Ben Solo person here too. My Star Wars guys, you're not wrong regarding the Carbonites thing. Supporting Ben Solo, love that.
He says hi almost every time.
Let's see, Findor Moon's in the chat. What's up? Hello, boyos. S Manigal. Hey everyone, it's March and it's madness.
What's Gungan for girls? Because we got boyos and girlos. I mean,
girlos.
I don't know what you say for the whammons.
Oh man, Dan Von Carr, some familiar names in the chat. So hey everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. I know Wednesday nights, weeknights, it's a school night, it's a work night. It can be kind of hard to swing it. March Madness really skews my sense of time though, John. You and I are both not on Eastern time, but all the dates are in Eastern time. So we're always like,
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's like vote tomorrow, but then I'm sitting there and it's like 10 p.m. So
I know I'm finishing my Tuesday with a lot of Wednesday voting. I'm like, well, yeah. We used to stay up till 1 a.m. doing this stuff and decided it was better to do it this way.
We did that for more years than I'd like to admit before we were just like, why don't we just set it in Eastern time?
Yes. I grew up on the East Coast in Massachusetts, and I work in the DC area government, and so it along with scheduling it in EST has really reinforced my whole like this time zone is the center of the world, you know. So
Of course, of course.
no, I'm just kidding. But East Coast, Best Coast. No, I'm just kidding.
West
Well,
Coast, Best Coast. It rhymes, for God. I mean, it's true.
Mountain time. I don't have a rhyme. There's no rhyme. Anyway.
There you
good
go.
though,
Wow,
ironically.
well done, well done.
All right. We got a little bit of news to just kind of touch on before we get too deep into everything. The first thing is, John, do you have any notes for this? Or
Here's a segue. Speaking of confusing time zones,
There we
they
go.
say at Disney Store this Friday at 8 a.m., I think, Pacific time.
Yeah.
That's when we are getting QTKT, the next Disney droid that is happening. The monthly releases this Friday is when this one comes out. So don't forget, go vote in the next round of March Madness on Friday, and then go get your Disney Store droid before it sells out in 10 minutes like the other ones have been doing.
Yeah. It was one of those where I saw that folks were like panicking about them. I didn't realize they were selling out as hot. And I guess I should just be getting a couple more of them just to hit that free shipping at least. I don't know, man. Spend more money to save money. That's the spirit. That's the collecting way. But yeah, so it should be good. So anyway, reminder for that. And then next thing is, looks like some stuff is going around. I grabbed this from Yakface, Walmart Collector Con. The exclusive drops, that's March 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Now that is a Thursday, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. I should know. I've been staring at the March calendar for months now. So yeah, so that'll be where you can expect to get everything you want, especially those miniature helmets from the Black Series. Just kidding. This long-awaited Obi-Wan Kenobi and Airborne Trooper pack is, I believe, supposed to be part of that Walmart Collector Con experience, but you know how Walmart goes, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Anything else in this news bit here, or shall we move on?
We'll say, well, we can.
Cannot wait to get these in hand.
Yes. So
can't wait.
Riley Bob, super chat. Boss Guard admits Simalu takes it this year. Well, thank you, Riley Bob. Thanks for the chat. And yeah,
thanks for putting that out in the universe.
Yeah. So you know, speaking of the gratitude, you know, we have a super chat actually from before the show even began, and that is from Joseph DJ9. He writes, won't be able to tune in due to work, but want to show my support for how much fun and joy March Madness brings me. Last Sunday's Boss Bounty Marathon chat was so much fun, especially for John, I bet. So
yeah, it was a good time. And Simalu took it all.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll do it again in the real voting, in the community voting too.
Yeah.
It's very possible. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I got my
really good streams this weekend. They were a lot of fun watching both of them. I'm sorry I couldn't attend the bracket reveal stream, guys. I was heartbroken that the Praetorians just missed
out
by one slot. Kills me, man. We're never getting that.
Marak even got revealed so he could clear a spot on the bracket, and yet
I know, you know, John couldn't work his magic, rigging magic, you know.
I know
that we hear about all the time.
We got to work on our rigging, dude. We seem to be pretty bad at
it. We really suck at it, let me tell you.
So yeah, huge thanks to Boss Bounty, Tim, again for continuing that tradition of doing those streams, and to Toys of the Jedi and Only One Kenobi for always being game to do it, man. John, it's always fun to see a chat with those guys. And,
yes, thank you. It's a good time.
Yeah. So since we are on the topic of thanking folks, it would be rude of us to not say thank you again to all the folks out there who help amplify the reach of our event to the audiences and their audiences and their platforms. You know, people like John Miko and the Star Wars Vintage Collection Facebook group, Yakface, Trowman on Reddit, even though I had to fill in for you last night, buddy. I got you. Darth Xander and the TVC Discord. It's a long list, man. It is a long list, and we would definitely make it to midnight if we listed them all. So we say it a lot, but TVC March Madness would not be possible without the support and enthusiasm from all these folks, but especially not possible because it is super reliant on the participation and hype and combos that we see out there from all of you in the community. So again, thank you. So, but there is one more thank you to be had, a big one, and that actually brings us into our next section, and that will be mail call. So let me actually add something real quick to the stage so we can get there. I'm scattered. What am I doing, guys? I'm not doing the right thing.
What in the world?
Yeah, let's see. Hold your horses.
Do you have the physical items you can just show? Oh, well, I know you have more to show.
I do. Yes. So we all have something in our hands right now that is pretty rad. Let's see. What is, there we go. All right. Boom. So to quote Padme, something wonderful has happened. There have been some teases added over the past couple days, but to coincide with the launch of TVC March Madness, the immeasurably kind, talented, and gracious Vincent of Carbonites unveiled a very special collab set of Carbonites. So if you're unfamiliar, these are small little collectible block-like figures that are styled to look like characters from a galaxy far, far away. I'm doing it no justice, so head on over to this site. Check it out, see what he's about, find him on social media, and get all the details about him and what he does, and to get your very own set of this limited edition one. It says here, this set is available until March 31st at 11:59 p.m. Each one purchased, $2 is donated to the Starlight Children's Foundation. So yeah, it's going to a good cause as well. We don't get anything off of this other than just the love of the game, guys. So yeah, he took some really
super
cool pictures here. I was really stoked. I reached out to him just on a whim a few months back and was just like, hey, is this something that, we might be able to do if you're interested, have the time, the emotional capacity for it. And he was super game to do it. And I was shocked that he didn't shut down some of the ideas I had, because I really wanted all of us to be represented here in this. So let me throw his website in the chat, or did one of you already?
I just did a second ago. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm actually going to minimize this real quick. So we all he was kind enough to send each of us, and even Lewis, he shipped one international to Lewis of these sets. And it is so freaking cool, man. He did all the bells and whistles. It's wild. It's wild, man. Yeah. So Tyler's going to be unboxing his.
So are we doing it now? All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, so first of all, let me show off this. First of all, I should say he did a exceptional job, Vincent, of packaging this, like wrapping it with lots of protective packaging. All these really cool little stickers that have fun little things on them, like made by Ugnaughts. Right, all these cute little fun stickers. We put the mint in Mint box, right? Like all these funny little stickers, and there's a lot of really cool details, even on the exterior box packaging. It's got all the previous March Madness winners, plus his extra little piece in there for all of the team members in our top. Let's see if I can get this open without utterly destroying the box. It's very tight. It's tightly packed.
And everything is incredibly branded, man. I am just so
when you open it, you get his little slip there with his own symbol.
Yeah.
Nice.
Han and Carbonite, right? And he tells you the way to open this is to sort of lift the paper up, right? Oh, first, actually, I got to show this off.
And he's watching as well, Tyler. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at all of our symbols. How freaking cool is that, man?
Look at that terrible handwriting on the bottom.
Look at how cool that is. I'm just opening this for the first time. So he said, thanks for joining in on the madness. Hashtag keep 375 alive, the SWTVC team. How cool is that, man? So you lift this sheet up here. You pull all the blocks out very carefully. And then each little block is one of the March Madness champions. So we've got Count Dooku here. And all the sides are, there's stuff on everything. One of my favorite things is that Evan designed a unique March Madness like symbol. That might not be the right word. What's the right word, Evan? Logo. Yes, thank you. For each year. And the logo for each year, I know it's backwards because of my camera, but they have the correct logo for each year on each of the winners. So we've got Chrysanthemum here. Chrysanthemum's really cool because he's got like all of his details on every side. And, he's got his style bracket. Bo-Katan, obviously. She's super detailed with all her like scuffed armor and stuff.
I know he had done Bo-Katan a couple of years ago, I believe, for his collection, and this was like he redesigned Bo-Katan specifically. You know, this set gave him an opportunity to do that. So I do want to just mention as well that all of these characters that he's made for this, for folks that do collect his Carbonites, they're not locked away forever behind, you know, this vault. There'll probably be some other ways for them to enter other themes as well.
Of course, my favorite. We've got
Yeah.
Mara here. Beautiful redheaded Mara. And I agree. My favorite March Madness symbol thus far with a big V for 5. But this is the best part. This is the best one. So he packed in, each case comes with 6, right? So the 6th one is a mixture of all of our number 1 picks. So look at that. You got Simaloo, sweet Simaloo.
Yes.
You've got Dryden for Lewis, Rook for me, and Ben Solo for Evan. And of course, he's got the symbol for this year. How freaking cool
so
is
cool.
this, man? It is the coolest thing. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
And Evan, you helped come up with the idea for that one, right?
I did. I pitched him, and I was shocked. I pitched when I was, you know, talking to Vincent about all this stuff. It was very much like I wanted to surprise you guys with this.
Yes.
Of, you know, what, how can we each be personally represented in this? And I kind of had a thought, well, they've got 4 sides, and there's 4 of us. So what if each one of us just kind of had a side, and instead of, you know, putting our ugly mugs on a Carbonite and having him do that, I just thought, how great would it be if just like each one of us, we may not have action figures of them in our collection, but we can at least have a little memento. And Vincent really helped bring me Ben Solo, and, you know, do all these. And, you know, I was really, really pleased. And I hope you guys are stoked with it, because it meant a lot to be able
It's
to
so
pour,
cool, man.
pour some love
It's
into
just-
this. So
It's so awesome.
Yes.
This
Thank you
set's
for-
gonna go to my office cubicle at work, I think, and then I think I'm gonna get a second. He sent these to us, by the way, for free out of the kindness of his heart.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna pick up a second set for here at home.
he Carbonites is in the chat
so
right
cool.
now. He said, you know, great question. Starting today, it's now available on the website until March 31st. I pasted the link as well in here. I know John did too. So if you guys are interested in it, please, you know, show some love. We love to support, you know, love to support small creators, love to support people who are, you know, making their artwork and doing really cool stuff in the community, man. So it really means a lot. Vincent, seriously, dude, thank you so much. This was such a blast, and never in my wildest dreams did I think that we would each, you know, any of us would have some kind of March Madness branded thing in our collection. So here
It's
we
so
are.
cool. And
Yes.
let me tell you just one last thing, folks. The amount of detail and care and thought that was poured, I mean, every little thing from the packaging to the figures to the little slip that you get in here, every little thing has thought, care, and detail and just passion poured into it. I mean, it's just so nice. and
Even those
cool.
promo
So-
photos. Look at this. He added
Yeah, he made
a
a-
custom backdrop that he made that's got SWTVC on it.
A
and
basketball court.
Other
other
participants in March
competitors.
Madness,
Yeah. That's
It's
so
so
cool.
cool.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, this is so fun, man. I love this so much. So yeah, if anybody out there is interested, yes, show Vincent some love. You know, check out Carbonite, see what they're all about. Grab this set if you want it. See what other stuff that he's offering. He does some really cool stuff. I have his a Jedi rest set with Palpatine and the Jedi that arrest him. I have the set from the Acolyte of the Stranger and the red shirt Jedis that he takes down. Just a lot of fun.
He's already got Thrawn with the Ysalamiri from Heir to the Empire teased on his site, so he knows how to hook me. You know,
Yeah,
he knows how to get me.
he's got the Mortis gods. He's got a bounty hunter set.
He's
done
got
other-
the Scar. Well, they're not called that, but
Yeah.
yeah. The Scab Squadron, right?
yeah.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. You got Revan and Cal. I'm sure they're other names, obviously, but
If you haven't
do it.
already, go check out his site. Dude. Of the
You
64
can
pack.
identify
64
what they
pack.
are. Or so
Yeah, a 64
It's
pack would
super
be
cool.
would be wild. Buckle up, Vincent.
64 pack. Oh my gosh.
So, I just want to let you guys know, I am going to grab a few more of these, and I will be giving a couple sets away throughout March Madness. So if you guys stay tuned to these Wednesday night shows, we'll probably be giving some away next week, the week after, and during the championship. So I got to figure out the exact specifics for that. But you could have a chance at getting one of these for free. Unfortunately, he is limited to just shipping to the U.S. for now, so international folks might not be able to get it. But if I do, when I do give them away, and if you are international and you do win, a giveaway for one of these, I got you. So I'll hook you up. So.
I just want to say too, and this is not begging for super chats or anything, but I just want to say for those who are generous enough to donate, your donations help fund giveaways like this, like the ghost that Evan gave away. I mean, all the crazy stuff that he has given away from his personal collection. It helps a lot, so we do appreciate it. But
yeah.
It goes back to the community often.
Yeah.
So
all of this is possible, again, from folks that are watching this, folks like Vincent who make these really cool things, dude. Again, I can't get over this. I can't get over this thing, dude. It makes me so happy. So I'm glad you guys are thrilled. John, did you get yours?
I love this.
It's in the other room. I haven't opened it yet. I didn't want to crinkle and crackle all over the microphone today, but I'm excited to take a look.
It's some ASMR.
This.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So
thank you. Yes, the amount of detail and the love and care that went into this from Vincent and Evan helping it along was really awesome to see. So thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah. So, maybe we can see what happens next year, and this year's champion will be able to join the roster. But first, we need to find out who this year's champion is. And to do that means voting in TVC March Madness. So let's see. Let me pull up the stuff again. Sorry, juggling so many things here.
Wow.
Real quick before you continue, can you bring up Riley Bob's comment, because that is hysterical.
John, will you grab that one?
Yes, mine will be opened by March Madness 2029. See, even when I get something very nice, it takes me a while to open it. But
it's funny because John never opens anything ever. So
Let's see. What am I doing here?
His storage unit is the real collector here. John is just an avatar. The mustache is just an avatar.
Perfect. All right, let's see. Got this here. What a great transition. All right. One more thing to do here. We're in the March Madness of it all. I've got a little spiel to run through, and I'm no John, so you guys are going to have to...
I'm taking the back seat on the segues for today.
Yeah, let's see.
The last clone custom is asked, is there an address to send fan mail? You can message the SWTVC account on Instagram, and we can figure that out depending on who you're trying to get it to.
Perfect. Hey, John, do you have the matchup images ready to go?
I do, yes.
Perfect. Then I shared this image for no reason. We're not going to.
But there it is. You can do start your spiel.
Will. Let me just make sure I have everything I need in terms of being able to know what I'm talking about. And I never know what I'm talking about.
It's all written out. You're fine. Just say it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, as we said, March Madness is now in full swing. So day one voting is still open. Again, head to Linktree, the one that's just right there in the corner of this screen, to cast your votes. You have from now until 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. So that is just about an hour and a half to get your votes in for this first round of matchups in this year's tournament. So let's take a look at the matchup, shall we? First up, we have covering the northwest quadrant of the bracket. What a night. Number 1 seed Luthen Rail is returning to the bracket for the third time, and in the inaugural round will square off against number 64 Fifth Brother Inquisitor. What will you sacrifice in this duel? Could a spinning lightsaber take down the Spark of Rebellion? Speaking of spinning, number 32 Luke Skywalker Best Spin Fatigues will be squaring off against another oft-requested OT staple, number 33 Bosk. Sorry, folks, I'm not as clever as John when it comes to these segues and write-ups, I think. And we all know what the ability to think does, and it does not make one intelligent, at least according to number 17 Qui-Gon Jinn, who is going from saving one frog-like creature to going head-to-head against another, number 48 Frog Lady. Could the beloved Razor Crest passenger take down a Jedi Master, or will Qui-Gon leave her high and dry? Did someone say dry? As in Dryden Voss, the number 16 seed and angry crime lord, is back for a 6th time, this time going up against the iconic Yachts Oren. Dryden never asks twice, but apparently we need to keep asking for him. Could he be going all the way this year? Or does the community
Hots
have
for
the hots
yachts.
for yachts? Yes. Is there an Echo in here? What a joke. We'll do it every time. There is. Number 9, Echo, is back on the bracket. And he's not the only member of Clone Force 99 coming back to the tournament. Spoilers. This time, he'll have to defeat number 56, Princess Leia, Ewok Village, to advance. Will the power of the Bad Batch carry him through? Or will the mother of Ben Solo celebrate another victory in this dress? What's that? Ben Solo? As in hashtag bring me Ben Solo. That's right. Number 24, Ben Solo, has traveled back to Exegol for a rematch against number 41, Emperor Palpatine, Sith Eternal. Will he end up saying ow again? Or will he prevent Palpatine from somehow returning in the next round? If he says ow, I know a good medical droid. That's right. Number 40, 21B, is back in the fray. Will his medical knowledge be enough to overcome the might of fan favorite villain number 25, Savage Press? Or is the power of the dark side, simply too much? You see where I'm going with this. Number 8, Sweet Simalu, has rocketed to new heights in the rankings this year. With the will the sick hat help him beat out another OT scene stealer, number 57, Boshek? Or will the Cantina denizen live to fight another day? Okay, that was a lot of reaching. Sorry, a little breathless. Thanks for bearing with me. Be sure to get your votes in before polls close at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time at the link in the corner of this video. So yes. Okay, let's talk about these matchups.
Beautiful. Yeah, you want to go back to him?
Yep. So yeah, you guys have any thoughts on these matchups for today?
Some easy ones and some not so easy ones, as always.
Yes. I'll ask you, Tyler, because you weren't on the list. Other than the Praetorian Guard, were you surprised by anything you saw on the bracket, especially in this quadrant? Because we didn't get your live reactions as they got revealed.
In this quadrant, can you bring up an image of the pills? Do we have a? I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
here.
I've got one ready to go.
Well, let's just pass through here. Just pass through here. Just these guys. Just these guys.
It's just 8
these
matchups.
8.
Maybe Boshek. Boshek kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see Bob Lital 9655. Has Ben Solo ever made it to the second round? Yes, he has. He actually beat Simalu.
Yes.
Was it last year or the year before? He ultimately lost to Mara Jade last year when she went on to win it all. I believe these are just pulling the way back machine of the memories.
Yeah, Ben Solo made it to the top 32 in 2022.
Sweet.
Where he lost to Baze Malvis, yeah.
Cool.
This is Boshek's first appearance on the bracket, right? So, so yeah, that one. Most of these are repeat contestants, but
yeah, we're no stranger to a lot of these. Yeah, it was Leia reappeared for the first time since 23 after all the Return of the Jedi 40th kind of love, but. Yeah, and Luke Bespin is new.
Yeah,
this year.
That's surprising.
First time.
Yeah, it's his first time. Yeah.
Wow.
Because we had, Tatooine Luke was on the bracket for so many years until he finally joined the line, and I think now that now that the
I'm surprised Bespin Luke has never made it on before. But
yeah,
interesting. Okay.
Well, will you go back to the first matchup? I just want to do just a quick kind of going through it. So we've got Luthen and Fifth Brother. Luthen, just kind of thinking out loud, Luthen won last figure standing back in the fall, and where we'll kind of get into the rankings here in a little bit. But I don't know who you guys picking of these. So I think I'm going to go. As much as I'm a huge fan of Luthen, I might have changed my vote. I think I'm going to go for the lightsaber wielder. Yeah, I know.
What a surprise. No.
It's another one of those where I know we talked about don't just vote to send a message, but also like vote to send a message and all that fun stuff. I have to hope that Luthen being a mainstay and, in all of these fan polls, winning, last figure standing, being high up in March Madness and doing very well, I have to
seated number 1.
Yeah. And from an incredibly popular media played by a very incredible popular actor, like
they had its second season and final season since the last March Madness.
Good Lord. Yeah. So.
If we're sending any messages here, I hope the message is that, the whole, Andor isn't toyetic thing has just been completely just totally disregard that because Luthen won last figure standing, and now he's seated at number 1 going into the tournament, and is probably going to perform really well. Will he take it all? I don't know. But the notion that TVC collectors aren't interested in Andor product, I think is just patently false. We can take one.
Yeah.
If there's one message we can take a look at this bracket and how the sort of mock tournament that Bosk hosted on Sunday is that people like Andor and Rogue One, but
and we shouldn't have to pay for the sins of the Black Series. We've said that before.
Yes,
it's hard.
Just because it doesn't sell on Black Series doesn't mean it's not going to perform well on TVC. We collect very differently.
Yeah, and at the same time,
some of the things we want the same, but like some of the things that we appreciate as world building collectors, they just don't care about, and so you can't always take it as well. It didn't perform well in Black Series, so that means that TVC collectors don't want it. Like that's not, necessarily true. So.
And as Riley Bob writes, I need every Inquisitor, every single one.
Given the fact, for just speaking for me, given the fact that Luthen won last figure standing and was seated at number 1, I felt that Fifth Brother needed the points more or needed the votes more, so I voted for Fifth Brother. Also, I really just want more Inquisitors. I'm super happy that we got 2 more coming very soon, but I want to finish the whole Inquisitorius, and Fifth Brother is a lingering need, so I definitely voted for him. Not because I don't want Luthen, of course I want Luthen, but I wanted the spread to not be like 90% Luthen and 10% Fifth Brother.
Yeah.
So I figured he was probably going to lose, but I wanted to shorten that gap a little bit. So
losing Luthen.
Yeah. So John, who'd you vote? I know you went through it on the bracket, but if you've maybe rethought,
he's my number. He's my number 2 on my list. I don't know if 5 POA is not okay, but we need the Fifth Brother. I know when Black Series revealed Seventh Sister not that long ago, they had an image of Ezra and Kanan fighting the Fifth Brother, which they already made 4 years ago for the Obi-Wan series, and then the new Seventh Sister, and I was like, oh man, that'd be so cool to have that in TVC.
Wouldn't it?
This is Luthen's 4th time on the bracket.
4th, thank you.
Third earlier.
Thank you for correcting me.
How dare you? But we'll be getting into the repeat contestants in a little bit. But also, there's a lot of Andor and Rogue One love on the bracket. There's some new characters from each this year, and a lot of new characters from A New Hope. I think those are the sources with the most new items on this year. With some more Cantina characters and some more Andor characters, but interesting to see what joins. Usually, something that was missed in the last big theme, and then stuff from the newer shows. But
it's I know there was some reveals today for the other scale, and I think we were talking about it, and it's tough where playing catch up means that we don't get something new where we have to go back and get something different. So it's
because when we were getting Ahsoka figures 3 years ago, TVC didn't have a chopper yet, but Black Series already did, so they could just repack him and then they could move on to Marok and all this stuff. And we still were waiting on him, so now we finally got him, but they already have him, so now they can do new characters. Like, dang it. But
it's tough.
Never-ending game of catch-up. And yes, as TVC Trev, want them both. That's why when we write on this, which one do you want as an all-new figure first?
Not only.
And we'll get into more of some of the thought process behind some of the stuff in a little bit, but
So I was Fifth Brother. John, you were Luthen. Tyler, you were Fifth Brother.
Cool. We'll not be filling out an entire bracket like we did on Bosk's.
No, but hey, we got time to kill. So.
Yes.
Super quick. I'm surprised that we've got over 80 people watching on a Wednesday night, which is awesome and very appreciated that you guys are giving us your time on a work night. But we only have 26 thumbs up, at least on my screen. So
hit that like button, folks.
If you could like, it just really helps the channel. So it's just an easy little click there. So.
We only have 26 votes. Just kidding. We have a lot more votes.
Make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. And if you're listening to this later, if you're catching the replay or listening to this on the podcast later and voting is closed on these matchups, still stands, check the tournament schedule. We'll pull that up here in a little bit. Voting is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday throughout March. So anyway.
John, has the patrol trooper made it in the past? He did,
No,
right?
never. Nope,
He's never made it. Oh, well, okay.
never made it. I believe
I
they've
don't know
been in
why
the
I thought
top
he did.
100.
Mm.
I think. Yeah, where do
Anyway.
they rank this
Well,
year?
we'll take a look at that shortly, right? I think John, you made a post this week of
You have all the ones.
first timers, repeats, so all the
Yep.
characters that have been on
Patrol
March
Trooper
Madness.
ranked around 126 this year, and I don't think it's ever been much
Oof.
higher than that.
Okay,
Wow.
sweet.
Who are you guys picking this one? I know.
Yeah, next matchup is Luke Skywalker, Bespin Fatigues, and Bosk. So this is a tough one. OT versus OT right out the gate.
Empire versus Empire.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I think the Bosk that exists is better than the Bespin Luke that exists.
That is true. That is definitely true.
I can't articulate well enough how sucky that Bespin Luke is. I hate looking at it. I hate his face. It's not
The
good.
diaper.
And they said before, and that was an apology figure for the 2007 one,
Yeah, they made.
which also came on a vintage card in the V and the Saga Collection vintage line.
Yeah, I would say Luke needs to update, but most. So I'd vote for him. I mean, these are both redos. So yeah, I'd go for Luke. So how about you guys?
I went for Luke because this was actually one of the harder ones for me because I want both of these figures updated.
Very much.
And I
so.
know that Bosk, can translate into two other characters, one of which also made the bracket. But I thought, which one's more important if the line ends like next year, which is not going to. Don't freak out. But I think about sort of the immediacy of certain characters and how crucial it is to update the mains while we still have the vintage collection, because let's face it, this line isn't going to run forever. Is it going to run for another 15 years? Probably not. I wish it would. But what's the most essential characters that we absolutely have to make sure that we update before it runs out of steam? And I think Luke definitely qualifies for that.
Yeah.
And I just think about how Black Series got Bespin Luke recently, and it's really, really good. And so I'm like, yeah, I gotta give my vote to the main. And honestly, that's the way I vote most of the time. Is the mains are just the most important most important thing to update and check off before the inevitability of time. We run out of time with this line. And again, I think it's got several more years in it, but it will come to an end eventually, and we got to kind of prioritize what gets done first, right? So
Yeah.
that was my logic. Anyway, very long-winded, sorry, but
Oh, you're good, John.
And these both came out, for the first time on Hasbro vintage cards in 2007 in the same wave, I believe, in 30th anniversary. Also, still Saga Collection, vintage Saga Collection. I know the Bosk isn't quite up to snuff, but it is not bad, and it does a lot of what he does in the movie, which is stand there and snarl. But and yeah, seeing the new Black Series Luke is just it's very well done. So is the Black Series Bosk, I gotta say. But I did actually vote for Luke on this one because even though we have both of these on vintage cards, Bosk is still needed to finish the 96. We have a Luke in the vintage collection, but that figure is just not as good as it could be today.
It's kind of like the Ben Kenobi. We had him technically on a vintage card from way back, and that figure is bleh. And then we just got one that's just like one of the best figures ever.
Yep.
I love that. I just wanted to point out, so Bosk, I've seen some folks on Discord talking about how they prioritize Luke because they look at Bosk and see, well, okay, I want Luke and I want Bosk, but Bosk shares a lot of tooling in that spacer outfit with the Cantina dude in the Cantina and Boshek. So it's like, well, okay, if I don't vote for Bosk, I can, so the strategy of it all. And all
yeah.
But then I also think of Luke, Tyler, you mentioned the Black Series one where there was like battle damage. We only have one battle damage version in 3 3/4 inch of this, and it's that one from 2002.
Yeah, with the metallic, with the magnetic hand that comes off and stuff.
Yeah, and I was
suction cup, weather vane, and all that.
Yeah, I brought up when we were talking about it during the bracket reveal stream, you could reuse the legs for some Legends characters like Jason Solo, stuff like that, if you were to do a new version of this. But you could also do a battle damage, so they could double dip on this one, a battle damage version with like an alt head with some, battle damage and then a clean version. So
I'm not sure how much was reused on the Black Series battle damage when they just did. I think it's significantly new.
It was shockingly, not that I bought it.
Right.
So,
But meaning,
anyway.
yes, they could, and the Dagobah version, and yeah.
Does Luke
Jason's
qualify for Looney Tunics even if it's not like a
I
tunic?
think we could. We could.
Okay.
His black robes, especially,
Mhm.
deserve some discussion. But that one didn't make the bracket.
Nope.
Should we look at the next one?
Yep. Oof.
Qui-Gon versus Frog Lady.
Yeah. This is a tough one.
Real quick, we got a question here. Is there an SWTVC Discord? No, but there is the Vintage Collection Discord run by the Darth Xander with an X Xander.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say they've been incredibly welcoming with open arms, and they even have like a dedicated little thread for March Madness.
Yes.
All that stuff. It's been really cool. So I've been monitoring, popping in there, just kind of seeing what folks are saying about some, just TVC in general and whatnot. So it's good stuff, fun stuff happening.
If you can't find it or need the link to it, just hit up the SWTVC account or any of our @, and we'll get you there. So
yeah. So John, you were gonna tell us who you're voting for here?
Don't ask me about that because I have enough. Pages to. I think we're all monitoring. You'll see me in the Rebels Come forums. We're all on different sites and comment sections, but you guys handle the Discord. I'm sure it's great and lovely, and God bless you. More power to you. Anyway, you got to focus, and your focus determines your reality. I already made that joke a few days ago, but
it's good every time.
Oh, thank you. I'll say I went with Frog Lady. She's been on my list all the time. Our Qui-Gon is pretty horrendous. It dates back to 2008 and was repacked in 2012, which was in like 3 or 4 lines at the same time. Yeah, that's why it didn't sell back then. I know they just overproduce everything. I know some people have trauma about the Episode 1 3D line from 14 years ago, but
yeah, remember how the retail landscape of 2026 is exactly the same as 2012. But yeah,
also they've reissued several of the figures in that wave, and they've done fine in TVC 2.0.
Like Orsing. Anyway.
Well, no, that was a different wave, but like Queen Amidala and the Battle Droid and stuff. But anyway, I'm trying to get Qui-Gon into the line, not get him out. So
yeah, it's I know you want Frog Lady here, and it's like the new before redo, but depends on who sort of thing. It's another one of those where I look at Qui-Gon, and if they tooled up more new parts for him, that just further expands the Jedi tooling library. That's obviously my bag, what I like to talk about. And Frog Lady, it's like, could they reuse Quill parts for her? I don't.
Yeah. Oh, I wrote that in. I mentioned the other day, I think. Yeah, one of my HasLab support posts, because they're played by the same actor. So I was like, if there's a way to hide some legs under Frog Lady's dress, which obviously helps them get stuff done. Maybe she wears the exact same pants as Quill. Maybe they go.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think they could do that.
And you mentioned your HasLab support post, and I just want to shout out, folks, if you're watching this and you aren't subscribed to us on Instagram, and if you are okay to have another social media thing going, Instagram is our home where we do most of our stuff. We do a lot of think pieces. We do a lot of, posts. John has done some really good deep dives into this stuff. Tyler and Lewis are always sharing tons of really cool community photography. Just wanted to plug our page for that. So we spend a lot of time on some of this stuff. So that is our home for that. So anyway, just want to shout that out, John. You do some great work on those. So
thank you,
folks, check them out if you're curious. I think we have a lot of those things pinned as like highlights, so you don't have to like scroll super far back. So okay, sorry to interrupt.
I'll do more eventually, but who did you pick? Qui-Gon as a Jedi fan here?
I did. I really did, because I'm a make the mains guy, and I want all the mains in modern definitive format. That's my biggest priority.
Yep. And I think it has to be.
Yeah. Qui-Gon, it's so bad. The one that we have is so bad. I had a couple extras that I was trying to do customs with, and on 2 of them, the torso just broke apart, and the neck is so long, and he just looks like
it's truly horrendous. It's so horrendous that I actually have a 5 POA representation on my Jedi shelf, and I never do that.
Will you hold that figure up again, Tyler?
Sure.
So is that the head? That's the stock
POA.
head that came with it. Yeah. That the paint apps are terrible on that, but I think the sculpt might kind of be there. Yeah. Maybe it's a little round, but
that's from the Solo line with the Darth Maul 2-pack.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the head sculpt?
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I think it's, I'm looking at it like, It's pretty on point. I mean, even when you look at the profile, he's got his like nose. I mean, it definitely screams Liam Neeson to me. But he's got no freaking joints. You know, he's a disgusting statue. So it makes me very unhappy when I can't do anything with my action figures.
Yeah.
So you know, but. I of course voted for Qui-Gon here. We do need Frog Lady as well because we have we have Frosty Mando, we've got the spiders, we've got the Razor Crest, we've got all sorts of stuff
right back there.
Yeah, we've got so much for that scene. We definitely do need Frog Lady as well. But again, as Howl Runner posted in the comments earlier, pretty much the way that I vote is vote as if the line is ending, which again, it's not. I'm not trying to cause panic here, but I'm just saying, you got to kind of prioritize it.
Yeah, it's just kind of
just
challenge yourself.
I won't say it. I won't say it anymore. But that's how I vote. I vote like, what's the more important if the line were to end tomorrow? You know what I mean?
Yeah, challenge yourself. Kind of, take a look at your priorities. You've just like, okay, I want both, but this is the one. So
what's more important?
My priorities are adding to my collection, not replacing all the time. But yes, I understand that Qui-Gon is in dire need of an update.
Yeah. So sweet. All right, next one. All right.
Two never before done figures in 375.
Yeah, sorry, Lewis couldn't be here. It is what, 3
You're scaring people, Tyler.
The line isn't ending. I want to repeat that again. I'm not trying to freak people out.
Sorry, just to go back to Qui-Gon real quick. Nope, not that. Qui-Gon, the last Clone Customs, right? Qui-Gon, then maybe a reuse for younger Qui-Gon. No, it's a surprisingly different costume for that. And they actually could fully reuse the legs for Yord Fandar for a young Qui-Gon. So they've got half the figure made.
They could reuse Qui-Gon for a spirit Qui-Gon from the end of Obi-Wan, which they did in Black Series, of course.
Okay. Anyway, enough about that. Dryden and Yachts. So Tyler, who you got?
I voted for Dryden for Lewis. They're both important, but I tend to defer to characters with lines and that move the plot forward. So I mean that's just me. But
do it for Dryden, man. Do it for Dryden. So John.
Yes, I did it for Dryden today. I do have the hots for Yachts, I must say.
Yeah.
But this is the battle of Lewis versus Miko here. They're the two favorites. But we do want. I want more for the barge. I want more for I want Frog Lady for the Razor Crest. I want Yachtsorin for the barge. And, the second skiff and everything. But Dryden is such a key missing piece of our solo collections.
Solo is just super underrepresented in TVC in general. And
in a month or two, as I said, we get to buy the droid from Disney Parks, but
Dad bod,
the first solo figure in a while.
Yeah, no surprise here. I voted for Dryden as well. Sorry, Miko. I really apologize. I'm super stoked though that Yachts was here for folks that want that. And
no matter what, we're gonna make somebody upset, right? So.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. I actually rewatched Solo last night on accident.
Wow.
I put it on to fall asleep to just as background noise because it was super cold last night. For some reason, it was like 70 degrees today, cold at night. I put it on to fall asleep to, and before I knew it, I was watching Han Solo just get one up on Lando at the very end, and then the end credits, directed by Ron Howard. That was
it's like when you want to put something on while you're like cleaning the house, so you put Revenge of the Sith on and then somehow end up standing there watching the entire thing,
crying over the dishes. You were my brother. So.
Not particularly productive.
When was the last Solo figure?
Well, does Tropical Shirt Lando count?
Yeah,
I guess it's a Battlefront carded figure, but I think the last Solo branded figure we got was probably the year it came out. The first year.
we got Han, Enfys, Nest, Range Trooper,
the Mimban Stormtrooper,
and not many.
Not many. Yeah,
cool.
Bummer.
I want these both. I want them both, but I picked Dryden first. So next up, Ikao versus Ewok Leia.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Oh, I'll go first.
I voted for Leia.
Oh, you voted Leia? You go first.
Yeah, you go first.
I know you hate the Bad Batch, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. So, okay. I mean, that's easy. We don't really need to spend time on this one. Tyler, it's a Bad Batch. Went for Leia. John?
I want both, but I do have an old crappy couple of Leias. Yeah, they made 2 in like 98.
Yeah.
And just never did her again. But haven't made Echo at all in this scale, so I would like to see Echo. I'd like to finish the Bad Batch already.
Echo is one of the more tolerable members of the Bad Batch, so but I did vote for Leia.
I'll shock you guys with my vote. I voted for Leia.
What?
I want Echo, and I want, because, like you said, John, we have one that exists of this Ewok Village Leia. But again, main character, pretty prominent look. Echo, main character, figure doesn't exist. But it's another one of those where I feel like the support for Echo is strong enough that he doesn't need my sword in this fight. I think, I could take a risk and vote for Leia here. I want both, but yeah.
If you do the math on how old Ben Solo is in Force Awakens, you got to figure he wasn't,
Okay, I said bring me Ben Solo.
What I'm
I don't want figures of them bringing me Ben Solo.
Saying the timeline matches up that she was probably wearing this outfit when Ben Solo was created. Let's just
I read the book. I know. I made the card back for the
wow
Princess and the Scoundrel.
The wedding one. So.
Yeah. So
anyway,
oh,
not going too far on that one.
Yeah. So
speaking of as you already look at that. Wow.
Ooh, so good, so good. I'm just gonna hold up the Carbonites again. This is the only Ben Solo in my collection. It is. It's cool to finally have something. So I don't need to say anything. I voted for Ben. I think I want both. Palpatine. I think they could do some reuse for Palpatine. Ben's tooling would go further. So anyway, you guys take it away on this one.
John,
I also went Ben. He's been on my list every year. I want Palpatine both, and I've seen people saying like if you want sequel characters, these are probably 2 of the ones that you want the most. I mean, that's the final showdown of the Skywalker saga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so fun to have these 2 matched against each other. I mean, not fun, but fun.
Yeah.
Because one of them is obviously going to die in the first round. So.
Yeah. They'd bring back Ben Solo if they weren't cowards. You vote for Ben Solo if you're not, vote for Ben Solo if you're not a coward.
I did go Palpatine. I think that, when you're looking at, this is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Other people
That's all of these are. Yeah. It's just we're just
when you talk about 2027 potentially being a celebration of the whole saga, Palpatine is one of the only characters, along with like the droids, C-3PO and R2-D2, that are in all 3 trilogies. I guess Vader, if you want to count his like mask on the pedestal, and
Luke and
Leia. Well, yeah, okay, barely, but you're right, yeah. But in
with a speaking role,
Chewbacca,
yeah.
Oh yes,
Chewbacca, yeah, that's true. But yeah, Palpatine's one of the only characters that spans all 3 trilogies, and I think would make a really nice sort of saga celebration figure if you wanted to throw something in to celebrate the sequel trilogy. I hope they consider that, because I think if 2027 is going to be a celebration of the whole saga, then the sequels need to be part of it too.
Careful now, Tyler. I got some lectures about how that's wrong and bad to think that it's a celebration of the saga. So,
but I'm trying here, guys.
Yeah.
So,
no, I agree with you.
Someone said you're making a good pitch, man. I'm trying. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
And it's a fun appearance. It's a fun, costume for Palpatine. It's a new one that's never been made before.
It's cool.
We've gotten his other versions.
I will say, something that would be helpful to making that sort of thing happening is having him actually progress into the tournament deeper and deeper towards the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. So, if you actually want this figure to do more than just appear on the bracket over and over and over and over again, then you got to actually vote for him. So, if he, I don't know who would he be up against potentially? I'm trying to remember. Either one of these guys, who would they face off against?
Either Echo or Leia in her Ewok village.
Oh man, Echo's whoa.
So
okay, well that's not going to last very long because Echo would kill him probably. In any case, you got to actually vote for characters. So
we got another super chat here, real quick. From
Chile.
Seba SW501. Hello, greetings from Chile. I sent you a message via Instagram on behalf of a YouTube channel regarding March Madness. We will check that out. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
So,
You sent either $2,500. I have no idea how much it translates to.
so, but yeah.
See, Charger asks, anyone know how Palpatine added a red cloak by stealing the Force life from Rey and Ben? Did it fall from the sky? He had all those. He had all those attendants. I think they had a change of.
The Force works in mysterious ways,
Yes.
and
The dark side
secrets
is
only
a
the Sith
pathway
knew.
to
Here's the
many
deal.
abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Throughout Revenge of the Sith, a couple times Obi-Wan and Yoda lose their robes, but they both have robes by the end of the movie. Did they?
because
did they
there's robes just everywhere you turn around. There's
Did
just
they
robes land in that universe.
Did they
so.
steal extras from the laundry room at the Jedi Temple or something? I'm not sure. They put it on the Bale's ship. But.
God, that always just reminds me of the deleted scene of them pretending to be. Well, I've got a Jedi baby. Obi-Wan, like, I got a Jedi baby. I got a Jedi baby. And then the clones are like, hey, wait, that's Yoda and Obi-Wan. And then that's when they kill them all. It's so stupid.
You clones make terrible Jedi.
Yeah. But
What a dumb scene that was. I'm glad it was cut. But anyway,
Star Wars was always perfect.
we've never seen the clones without their helmets on, right? Yeah, okay. But after 3 years of war, I had no idea what they look like.
I do just want to say, and we can touch on it a little bit when we talk about, repeat offenders and whatever. Tyler, I know you said mentioning characters that progress through the bracket. Ultimately, I do just want to reiterate as well is that the bracket doesn't change the data of where these characters ranked in all of the,
True. Very
fan
true.
lists. And so the ranking is the ranking. So those, there's a message sent there. And then the bracket is a separate message as well. So just
And
built on
it's
that data.
fun to look at it all in different ways.
Yeah,
as we
another way
say.
to look at that data. So
That's
Anyway.
very true.
sorry for digressing there.
So we see the next one.
Let's do it.
Savage.
Cool. Tyler, who'd you? I'm gonna guess you went for the OT droid.
Is that sarcasm? I voted for the Darth Maul wannabe. No, I'm just kidding. I voted for Savage. He's cool. He's super cool. And obviously very, very popular. He's the only one from John. What did you say? The original Elite Eight?
The
Is that
Elite
what it
Eight from
was?
the first year, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
hasn't been
wild,
made.
actually.
Yeah.
People have been asking this for a long time. It's very over. And I mean, in fairness, they've asked for 2-1B as well. So,
Yeah.
but
For sure.
we need both of them.
Yeah. John,
Yeah, I actually voted for 2-1B. If you can
course
believe
you
that.
of course you did.
We got to finish the 96 because I want both
Yeah.
of them. I think they know we want Savage Press. They just did him in Black Series not that long ago. But I think a new 2-1B with if they can give him elbows for the love of God. But I love the clear plastic stuff. I always love that, and I think he would look really great. I think they would both look awesome. But I just want to shout out 2-1B here because I think he would look like a really awesome figure if they did him properly. All the bells and whistles and everything. So
Agreed.
and that card
Got a
back
couple
would
of
be
good-
killer.
Oh yeah. Got a couple of good comments to address here. One's for John from TVC Trev.
We will not be getting a look at the top 100 tonight. I kind of like to focus on the 64 during the tournament, and then afterwards I reveal the top 100.
Yeah, we'll jump around from there. So
Yeah,
Surprised the Praetor. He missed it by one.
literally 65. And
Oh.
I told Tyler, like I said, I told Tyler ahead of time that they were 64, and then it was Bix Colleen because like I said, I give the generic points to the highest ranking version, and I forgot to do that for her. So then I was just doing another look through at the top 100, and I was like, crap, I got to do that. I'm sorry.
Ah, killed me. You didn't rig it properly. Darn it.
no, you're fired.
God,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
fired.
I
Oh,
followed the same rules.
What do I even
for-
pay you for? God.
you guys are getting paid.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Rank him a little higher on your list next year, okay, guys?
Bob Littall.
He's still relevant in all the media that we've got floating around.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Falconer says, 2-1B is definitely a worthy glup date. I love
Glup
that.
dates.
That's
That's
Glop
good.
date.
You heard
That
it
is
here
a
first,
great. I feel like that's gonna stick.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Glup
That's a
date.
good one.
We get
Glop
another-
date.
Another
We'll
one
hear
from
Chile.
Yachts
Yep.
needs a glup date.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
that's nice.
we'll get together. We'll reach out and see what we can make happen
Yeah.
for that.
Nicholas Hellas. Wow. I took the Praetorian Guard off my bracket at the last minute. It's all my fault.
Yeah, if they missed by like 20 points and you had them right there, then yeah, it is your fault. So
You minimalist
That's
Falcon. You're too
yeah,
minimalist
that's
with your
minimalist,
list.
right? You minus him off the bracket. No, I'm just kidding.
so
Wait, Evan, did you say? I'm sure you voted Savage.
I did go for Savage. I mean, dude, I was just green with jealous rage on that Black Series one. It was, yeah, I would love to see that in the vintage collection for sure. It's just exciting, man. It'd be an exciting figure, and we have plenty that goes with him to a degree. So,
Yep.
Also, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys ever factor in like which one is just going to objectively sell better
yeah,
when you vote for things? Because I do sometimes.
yes,
I'm not
but
saying
then
2-1B would sell horribly,
it's-
but I think Savage has that cool factor. You know, what
it's
I mean?
hard though to do that objectively sell better because we all also have our own blinders on. Where if you were to ask
That's
me,
true.
gun to my head, and you were just like, "Hey, Savage or 2-1B, which one do you think is going to sell better?" I'd be like, "Oh, dude, Savage, lightsaber, rule of cool." But that's
But then there are
my
some
brain
people
wouldn't
who are
even
like,
factor in. Yeah,
yeah, I was reading Bantha Skull today, and someone called him like I joked like fake Darth Maul, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not interested at all in that or animation." So, different people
Yeah.
say different things,
Yeah.
so
We've all
it's
got our
hard to
different
say.
things.
But
that's the beauty of it
I-
all.
yeah.
That's what the lists are for. That's what the data is built off of, and it's just really kind of a way to get general interest and get a barometer on where priorities are. And they're scattered. They're diverse. We all want a lot of different things. So,
And at least when I vote on March Madness, I'm as you can tell by my list, I'm not really thinking about what's going to sell
Yeah.
for other people because I don't want this to be about what you think other people want. I want
Yeah.
to know what you want. I want you to tell me what you want,
yeah.
and then everybody goes from there.
I want to know what you want. I'm not necessarily interested in what you don't want.
Yes.
That kind of
But
stuff.
also, I'm not interested in what you think other people want.
Yeah.
Because that's just an exercise in futility.
I want a Jedi Dooku, and he didn't make the bracket, but I want him. I believe in that character, that figure.
it's
but
just
what it
one
is.
of many factors that I think some people do consider when they're voting.
Yeah.
Because people talk about all strategizing and the message has been sent on this or that. People play all kinds of different mental games. So with their votes, myself
Yeah.
included. So I mean,
But
Yeah.
ultimately, it should be just about which one do you want
Yeah.
in the line first. But
it
I'll
should
answer
be. But
one question, Docking Bay 94 asks, how did Cyril do? Did his different looks split the vote? Yes, but I'll say his deputy inspector, he was about 85.
Okay, so he was close.
that was his corporate. Oh wait, that's the
corpo look,
season
yeah.
2 finale.
No,
Oh, his original appearance.
he was dead and gone by the season 2 finale, my friend. But in his original deputy inspector appearance from season 1, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
But anyway, okay, I don't want to get too far down that rabbit hole of.
Yeah.
But calls him as I says. Anyway, the guy that should win, the guy
and
that
will
did
sell
win
well.
on Sunday. Yeah, well, 100% sell well.
Both
Put
of
him in-
these would be the
put him
hottest
in-
sellers.
Put them in every case, doubled up for a year.
Triples is best. Triples is safe.
But I voted for. I saw somebody mention today. They're like, yeah, I picked up Simalu for $1 back in '85 at the grocery store, and I'm like, well, yes, but I voted for him, of course. Don't need to go into it, but he's only finished the '96, et cetera.
I'm John. I don't know if this has happened before. Maybe it has, but I voted for Simalu.
What?
I did.
Wow,
I voted
so
for
proud
Simalu
for the first
That's-
time.
Yeah. That was between these
finally
two.
did it.
Yeah. So I do like what folks have to say about the reuse of Boshek, and it's just like,
Yeah.
that's kind of the logic of this would get you 2 other characters pretty much if you got Boshek with Bosk and Cantina Dude, who doesn't have a name but is so iconic that there's no actual images of them on Google. But yeah, I went for Simalu because I just I think
are
there's
shocked.
that. Yeah, I know. I did it. But
Yeah,
Ty-
both. Yeah,
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say, John?
I was gonna say because both of these guys, they're in just a couple of shots of the original trilogy where they interact with the main characters. So if you're building out your Death Star scene, Death Star 2, or your Cantina scenes, obviously they're not main characters by any stretch of the imagination, but they do interact with some of our favorite old guys, Palpatine and Obi-Wan.
Death Star 2, it speaks to me just a little more than the Cantina scene, so that's what gave it the edge for me. I weighed between those two things. So Tyler, I assume Mr. Imperial fan over here.
That's correct. I love anything Palpatine periphery, Empire, like any of that. So I am all about getting the Imperial dignitaries. You know, I have my shuttle Emperor's Arrival scene up there. You can't really see it, but I've got a bunch of stormtroopers up there all in a row, and the Emperor's Arrival scene is so iconic. I love it. And then, you know, you've got the scene where, like you mentioned, John, you know, he's right there when Vader's talking to Palpatine up in the throne room, and what of the rebel fleet massing at Sullust, you know, that scene. So
he's in dozens of frames of the movie.
So
maybe hundreds.
You know, I voted
hold your
for
horses
Sim.
there.
Yes. Yeah. Was it?
And that's
Lewis?
not to say that Sim is going to sell like gangbusters. I'm not sure he would. So you know, but
No, I think there's ways for, you know, a lot of these. You can do them in fun multi-pack. I have, you know, all kinds of pitches for, you know, Emperor's Arrival multi-packs of some of the other characters in that scene and stuff. Or, you know, we were talking on Sunday, put him in a big throne room playset or something, or
like the like Jabba's throne room.
Yep. Or
something like that.
Even though I always say I don't really need a new Imperial shuttle, I think they could pack him in there if they did that, or
they could. Yeah, they could,
Death Star,
sure.
anything Death Star related, Palpatine related. There's ways to. I want the. Okay, I won't do it yet, but you know, I want an Emperor's Royal Guard on its original card. I want the big mouse droid from that scene. All kinds of ways you can get him out somehow.
Give me Simalu, and then with what is it, VC 67 or 60?
Yes, the mouse droid.
And give on a return card, do the 67 8 to go, since we got the Salacious Crumb.
Yes.
So yeah, and it was a different figure, but yeah.
But then there's a giant mouse droid in the scene with Simalu as well, which I would love to see as well. So you get them both.
I'm gonna have to watch that again because I'm not sure if I ever noticed that.
It's behind. I think it's more prominent in because they reused. Well, at least it's in the Jared scene, and they reused the Jared footage in the Empire Strikes Back special edition, like a different take. I think it's actually more. It's more prominent in that scene when Vader arrives
in the hangar.
Yeah, in the Vader's arrival scene.
I've conditioned myself to say Jared.
That's a rat droid.
It's not a big mouse droid; it's a rat droid. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
But all that to say, he would probably need to be packed in like a multi-pack or some kind of an environmental thing rather than like a single carded mainline release. That would probably be a bad move.
For sure.
And again, so that's three of our top wants. So John, you, me, and Lewis, our Carbonite is represented in the matchups today. So we'll see which one of us is going to be left weeping. And I have a sneaking suspicion I know who it is. This guy. We'll see, though. We'll see. You know,
Still almost an hour. Anything can happen. We don't know. We don't know.
My logic is going to be inconsistent. Where, you know, I was talking about how, you know, voting for Ben Solo and Palpatine, you know, they could put anything under that robe, and then I'm also then talking about how the Boshek tooling can be used for a lot, and they could put anything under the Simalu robe. So it's like we don't know what that looks like, just some robes and whatever, kind of like what they did with Bib and whatnot. So, but I went with Sim. I simped for Sim for you, John.
Thank you. Yeah. Sims unite. Today's our day.
Yeah.
Sim. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh man.
Cool. So those were today's matchups. Do we want to look at the bracket real quick, just in general, so cool. So that is this
comment's pretty funny.
Northwest quadrant here. Yeah. So
this is repaint Sim Alu and release him as his twin brother Same Alu. Double the tooling. Why
not? So dumb.
Are you able to zoom
Hilarious.
in on that, Evan, or not?
I can, yeah.
Okay. So. Just so we can see. You already know what you voted on, but and again, I think I repeat myself a lot during March, but it bears repeating. You can see if you want to know their seeding numbers, their ranking numbers, they are right next to them on the bracket. They also, Evan puts them in all the matchups on the Google poll.
We try to over-explain this stuff, folks. We try to make it as absolutely crystal clear as possible. So
pretty much every day, every March, I'm re-answering a question I've answered 400 times before. But I'm happy to do it, folks, for you.
Speaking of answering questions.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
There's been a couple topics, a couple questions that have come up for you and kind of wanting to clarify. We've alluded to a couple of them so far, but I know there's some stuff you wanted to cover.
Do you want to ask these questions? I wrote them as questions.
I can do that for you, man. I can
Yes.
do that for you.
Give me
So,
your best little Anakin here.
Master Qui-Gon, sir, I've been wondering, what are upsets?
Well, upsets are what happens in the bracket tournament when a lower seeded character beats a higher ranked character. Doesn't mean you're emotionally upset, though, as we say, you often are. Anyway.
Shouldn't voting completely 100% accurately reflect the submissions?
Well, most of the time it actually does, shockingly. Last year, as I recall, we get maybe 1 or 2 upsets per round of 8. Is that fair to say? I think it wasn't like all upsets. But most of the matchups did kind of follow the rankings, as I recall.
Yeah. So, why do upsets happen?
So we typically get a couple hundred more votes in each round than submissions. So while most of us watching, if you're invested enough to watch this and participate to the level that we do, you probably have a wish list a mile long.
Or a mile high.
There you go. But some people who participate can't necessarily come up with their own wish lists, don't have time, or they, but they do like to vote on the matchups because maybe it's easier to pick between 2 choices presented to you than to come up with something completely out of the blue. So, a couple extra 100 people. There is some level of additional new opinions during the voting process that we didn't get during the submission process that can lead to different outcomes, I think. Also, remember, we can only put 25 picks on our submissions in January, but there are 64 characters on the bracket. You'll be voting on 32 of them to advance to the next round. So even if every single character on your personal top 25 made the bracket, which would be a miracle and is not all that likely anyway, you would still be making decisions on additional characters who are probably not on your personal top 25. And my brain is fried from too many numbers this month, but I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, 64 is more than 25. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right.
Another thing too is people give certain characters lots of points on their list to try to get them into the tournament, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's like their top want or their highest want necessarily. And so when they actually get into the bracket and into the tournament and they're faced up against another character that the person might actually want more, then maybe they'll vote for someone who's not even on their list, or so like lots of things like that can impact people's voting, and that's how upsets happen. So.
Yeah. There's also, so even the number, and then I'll say the number 1 ranked character this year, Luthen, was only on all characters are only on a portion of the list. It's not like he was on every single list submitted. He was on 449 lists out of the 1,167 submitted, which is about 38% of lists. And that's the most wanted.
Yeah.
Some towards the bottom of the bracket were on a little over 100 lists. And remember, we got about 2,100 different characters submitted, or versions of characters. Because during the submission period, everyone is spread out in different directions, picking their personal wants, assigning them points based on ranking, as you said, for whatever, however they choose to do that. But now during the bracket tournament, everyone is participating. Everyone that's participating is putting in their 2 cents on every single choice.
And, that participating in every single choice, what the other question asked is, what if I want both characters in a matchup?
That's great. Congratulations. But we are asking for which one you want first. Whether these characters meet each other in the first round or the final round, you're going to have to make this choice at some point.
Yes.
That's how this works. If they couldn't make it past one of the rounds, that means they probably weren't going to win the entire thing. So if your second favorite character got knocked off 4 rounds ago, it probably wouldn't have won the whole thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what if, though, conversely, I don't want either character in a matchup?
Well, then great. You must be me voting on Mara Jade versus Dash Rendar. Just kidding. But if characters aren't desired as others, they might advance a round or 2, but they probably won't make it super far in the tournament. It comes out in the wash, folks. I saw people today, if you hate the sequel trilogy, maybe you don't want to vote on Ben or Palpatine. If you don't care about Glup Shidos, you probably not that excited about Simalu versus Boshek. We've all got different things that we care about. We all got different things that, that gets our motors humming. But
and someone out there cares about it, and that's the thing. Is so it's
or else it wouldn't be on the bracket.
Yeah.
So.
And it's just kind of, if I may jump on the soapbox real quick, it's a good time, to lift up others and support these conversations around things that may not otherwise be in conversation the rest of the year, things that we may not be considering or talking about. It's a good time to talk about, like, Cantina dude who doesn't even have a name, and it's just like, oh, but he could reuse tooling from Boss. So if they made this, it's really good to start getting the gears going on what something being made means for maybe other things. So maybe if you don't care about like a Ben Solo, you don't care about that, but then it's like, oh, his legs could be used, for some Jedi or some Legend Sith, or they could, use his shirt for some generic things, or arms for generic things like that. It's just kind of starting to think broad strokes here, and instead of necessarily tearing someone down about whatever they like or don't like, it's just kind of like, oh, how can we make this all beneficial for all of us for maximum impact, to, as we go into this, help expand the tooling library for the vintage collection and really just make more things possible, so that it's got a broader appeal to all Star Wars fans, to anyone who may be peering in from the outside, like, I want to get into that. That looks like an attractive line with a lot of variety. To the older folks that have been like, I've been here for years and I just want these really niche things. And it's really nice.
Scenes I've been building for the better part of my entire life.
Yeah. So those are both, it's all valid. It's all good to think about, and it's all good to talk about, and really be able to, come together, build each other up, think about things that, may otherwise not be thought of, and have fun. So anyway, my soapbox. Sorry.
When it comes to, building out the tooling library and creating things that could potentially be used for other things, right? Like, I'll give you an example, guys, like, Morgan Elsbeth, right? To some people, perhaps not the most interesting character. They also didn't pack in an accessory with her, which is a big no-no, Hasbro.
Yeah,
big
don't do that.
No-no.
Yes.
But I had to say that for everybody who's ever complained about that. But anyway, don't do that, Hasbro. But anyway,
Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help. But in all seriousness, though, that figure, while maybe not the most interesting to some people, ended up lending tooling to Asajj Ventress, who is tremendously, popular with tons of people. She was repeatedly asked for in March Madness over and over and over again, and she was a semifinalist, twice, or a finalist twice, whatever the correct.
She lost by.
She almost won votes. Twice.
15 votes, I believe, last year was the difference between her and Mara.
So all that to say, just because a character is made with our limited tooling slots that you don't necessarily care about, right? Doesn't mean that tooling can't be used for other things that maybe you do care about.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important that we're building out this modern definitive tooling library with, all of these state-of-the-art pieces that can be reused, pop together to make things. So.
Yeah. And
like we said, the 11th brother is using Luke's legs that we got a couple years ago, and
I think today the one that they revealed for the Black Series uses the Master Soul legs. And did we land on that with one of the Cantina? The Mos Eisley guys uses Soul legs. Is it Garandan?
Right now, I don't remember.
Yeah, one of them. So
one of them uses Imperial Officer legs. One of them uses Master Soul legs. It's all stuff,
that you may not even think of, but it's. Chris Reif has said before, I think on was it a Boss Bounty live stream, where it's helpful to them when we have the conversations as a community where where we use our platforms to talk about tooling, things they could reuse while still being accurate, and things that could work for those things. So it's helpful for Hasbro because they don't always necessarily know what they have, which it's up to us to sometimes have to try to steer them into it. Like, hey, you guys can do that. And by us, I don't mean us three. I just mean us, the community, royally. So,
can you highlight Sweven11? Just comment. Okay, most of the time. All right.
That business at the Walmart CollectorCon doesn't count.
We'll put a little asterisk up there. Mostly state of the art.
For more on that, see Looney Tunics on our Instagram or video here on this very channel.
I will say
we'd be so mad.
I know, but I just want to say, like, we have a tendency to criticize and focus in on the negatives, and they have even said, like, we do appreciate that criticism because it tells us what we need to work on, right? Yeah. But it's also important to say on the flip side of the coin that, like, they make really incredible, awesome, quality, definitive figures like 98% of the time, flawlessly. Like
Mhm.
we have a tendency to be like, you messed that up. But like most of the time, you know, our figures
You
are
forgot one paint hit on the
really
blaster.
incredible. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh, this Padme's garbage because you didn't paint the blaster. No, I'm just kidding. You know, that's like
I
the one negative thing I said about the figure, but
I do want to
it's
say
not garbage. I love that figure. But
One of the best ever.
real
It
quick,
is, it is.
just because someone asked, you know, what else can we build with Ben Solo parts? Off the top of my head, the first thing that jumps to mind would be something like Darth Nihilus from Knights of the Old Republic 2, because those are good
Now
generic
you're
dark
speaking
side
my
legs.
language.
They used Darth Maul
Maul.
legs for the Black Series one. We don't have good Darth Maul legs, so those would be good. You know,
But they
you
could
could do
build-
something. Sorry, what?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Yes, I was trying to steer away from the sequel trilogy
Well,
to
I
make
don't
it
know, I'm just saying.
more attractive. To folks.
Palatable.
Yeah, I mean, those legs could be used for something like Corran Horn or something, or Kip Duron if they wanted to go nuts into Legends and do some Jedi and whatnot from there. So
Kip.
yeah,
What about chapstick? What does he say? Anyway.
yeah. So, but yeah, Tyler, you know, you mentioned and talking about the Obi-Wan legs and being constructive, that was the exact reason why I wanted to do something like Looney Tunics about the Obi-Wan ones, where instead of just being like, these are terrible, I hate this, the end, I'm just mad. It was, oh, this isn't good. Please don't use this again.
How
Don't
can
do
we
this
fix
again.
it with follow-on release?
Here's the recurring issue. Here's how you could rectify that, you know, offer folks a lifeline of something. So, and get more bang for your buck on the tooling that is good that you have there, because it's a 99%, 98 math wise, probably like 80% good figure, but yeah, things like that.
Yep.
So sorry for rambling. Thank you
Yes.
for bearing with me there.
Oh, it's all good.
So
We'll take a look at some of the repeat contenders.
let's do it,
Sure.
man. Let's do it. So John put together a really great post.
Yes.
This is all on Instagram.
I put it together 3 years ago. We just get to update it every 6 months.
Yes.
It's a great thunderous applause.
Yes.
But now that we've been doing this for 6 years, these are the characters that, you know, 13 of them here on this one that have appeared all 6 years. And this used to be, you know, a couple years ago, this had characters like Ventress on it. This first one had the Tonikas on it. It had Luke and Ben on it. It had and Hammerhead. It had characters that we have since seen in the line. So even though this one, you know, has been the same since, I guess, Ventress was announced, I believe. You know,
It is shrinking.
they have made.
This image
It is shrinking. It is shrinking.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is slowly. but
Slowly, agonizingly slowly, but it is shrinking.
Yeah.
To their credit, they are working on it. You know,
I don't
so-
want to see any of these faces on an all 10 years version, but yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
see anything on it all 10 years. But
Correct.
yes.
I don't even want to be alive in 10 years, but yeah, I don't want to.
But no, I know. And these are arranged in this year's submission ranking. So out of this group, Baze Malbus was the highest ranked of the 6 timers. He was ranked number 3 this year.
Interesting. So EV99 did better than Second Sister on the bracket.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Madness.
Yeah. It lives
I'm
up
just
to the
kidding.
name.
Lots of
every
people
year.
want her. Lots of people
Yeah.
want her.
And again, you know, I just selfishly, you know, seeing Ben Solo, Kylo, and Palpatine there, where it's like, hey, Evan, go walk into traffic. Nobody wants this. It's like, I think there might be at least an inkling of demand here. It's pretty consistent. So
Mhm.
yeah, but yeah, those Rogue One mains.
And
and-
this image looks like my top 25 list.
yeah, Simalu.
Yes,
Oh,
Simalu
yeah.
was 8. Saw
Yeah.
Gerrera was 10.
Yeah, where
But you can-
this is the highest Simalu's ever been. I put that on
it
my.
is, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
These will be the lost wave when the end comes.
Yeah, this will be
About lost
exclusive to a
wave packaging.
They'll make all of these figures all new, but then they won't release it. They won't sell it
They
online.
cancel.
You'll only be able to get it at a calendar kiosk 3 years later during Christmas shopping.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I wish that I was
Along with
speaking that up.
drones and remote control, like little animals, right?
Jeez. And then so some of the 5 timers, this is where we see the Bad Batch, because as I mentioned, they weren't the show hadn't come out the first year we did this. Some of these characters, I believe these are all characters that did not appear the very first year, but have appeared all 5 years since then.
The client.
Yep. The client.
Still need the client. Some of these. We're still waiting for Fozak and Shasatiel for the and Amanda Man for Jabba's Palace and Sail Barge and stuff like that.
And a couple of these are ones that kind of hovered near the bubble a couple years
Yeah.
and didn't make it.
Well, the first year,
yeah. So
yeah,
I would like to see the Banana Man.
Yeah, Daniel Falconer says, "There's the rest of my top 25 Ninja."
yeah.
That dash needs to be made already. Yes, I know. I am desperately tired of asking for them. They should just be a given. But that's whatever. We all say this, but hopefully they'll do well this year. Chris Reif mentioned the other day.
But then something will get bumped, and we'll be like, "No, not
Yeah.
that."
That's the Sophie's choice of it all. It's like, this is great, but I'd rather have this, or oh I'm getting this, but I could have had this, or so.
Four timers. Smaller list, and I think these are all in the bracket this year. But Omega didn't appear one of the years. I think she and Plo Koon. Plo Koon was on the first year, then he wasn't on the next couple of years, then he came back. Kind of happens. There's some newer characters like Luthen.
Yeah.
Or I think Fifth Brother appeared after his Obi-Wan Kenobi appearance, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What lips does this Plo have?
I still just have to
Swivels.
mention in amazement every time that C-3PO was not something done during Return to Tatooine. That just man, that just blows me away.
That was one of the first things we got excited about because on that poster, the German Toy Fair or whatever, it had the land speeder and it had C-3PO in the back. Yeah. And everybody, we were zooming in, we were
everybody's
enhancing.
Like, oh, is that a new one?
Is that a new one? It's like, wait a minute, I think damn it, his hand is the same shape as the one from 15 years ago. Dang it.
Yeah, did someone from Hasbro have to come and be like, it's not a new one, sorry? And we're like,
Emily had to come out and say, sorry everybody.
Dang, man, dang. High mileage sculpt, money on the table. But all of these are money on the table. At least all of these are my money on the table, so.
Yes, but Luthen and 3PO are this year's 1 and 2. Number 2.
Real quick, can you highlight
7?
Charger 9105's comment?
C-3PO should be VC375 if Hasbro knew a gap existed. So they do know. I know
they are very aware.
Steve
has a gap there.
Steve Evans has a checklist that he puts together, and he's left it. And he's teased VC375 a couple times of just like, what could it be? So hopefully we'll find out at some point soon.
To quote Piet, the Emperor has something special planned.
Hope so, man. Yeah.
Riley Bob here says, give me all the Lat Jedi, then remake them with Clone Wars armored gauntlets, and then 2-pack with their troop commanders. Black Series is doing, but that's another way we can reuse. We can get the movie version of Plo Koon and then do a version with his gauntlets and stuff. What were you gonna say?
And ours could
different
be
tunics
accurate.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I was gonna say our Plo Koon could be accurate because the Black Series one, both releases use a outdated body that's inaccurate to the character, and that's unfortunate for them. So
yes. All right, 3 years, and some of the two at the bottom, Q90 and Finn, are no longer on the bracket, but all the other ones above them are on the bracket this year. Q9 ranked at 83, and I think Finn was like 103 or 4.
Okay.
Sadly, so.
Yeah. Hey,
and then Mon Mothma, I combined her Andor Season 1 with her Andor Season 2, because, again, it's the same dress underneath an overcoat or a shawl. But yeah, some of these they joined later as other things went away.
Sorry, I just laughing at a comment. Don't need to worry about that one. Good to see Kelleran back on there. I'm happy to see that, and I'm happy to see your boy Dash on there, John.
Yeah. Dash away.
I know in the Discord, I know I keep shouting them out. They were talking a lot about Clone Commandos. That's another one that would just be such a high mileage sculpt. We never underestimate the power of the Clone Bros, man. Like the fandom clones is I don't get it, but man, people go nuts for that. So
Yes. And our friend Blitz, I'll say not to talk too much Black Series, but our friend Blitz Transmissions is doing a Black Series Clone Trooper March Madness poll right now. He's teased maybe doing something for a vintage collection as well, but
And may as well shout out there are a lot of March Madness tournaments these days that folks do, and it's nothing to shake a stick at. You know, even if it's stuff you don't collect, if it's stuff I don't collect or whatever, regardless of how it's done, just coordinating any event even at all like this is a lot of work. So kudos to anyone out there that's taken the initiative to try to mobilize their community, trying to get things going and trying to get voices heard for things. So shout out to anyone that's got March Madness tournaments going. It's admirable every time that someone does it. So
yep. All right, some two timers. It always sounds weird when I say that, these no good dirty cheating two timers. But yeah, down there at the bottom, SM33 is on this year's bracket, but Grief, Han, Little Leia, and Migs Mayfeld are no longer on the bracket. They were on a couple years ago, but the rest are all on this year's bracket.
Watching Harrison Ford's acceptance speech for the SAG-AFTRA thing made me mad all over again that we don't have this figure. So
have you guys been? I don't know if have you watched Shrinking at all?
Yes, dude, I
it's
love that.
An amazing show. It's a fantastic
so
show,
much.
And he is so funny in it. Especially
He's so good.
It gets very serious. But are you caught up ish?
Yeah, I didn't see last week's episode.
Okay, because there was one last night. Yeah. There's a very fun homage to one of his famous roles that he gets to do. I think in one of the most recent episodes, I won't say what. They've also been talking about The Field a lot this year, which is clearly just him talking about the Force, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, Harrison Ford rules with love.
Highly recommend.
Takadana Han in there. Let me see. Where did those guys rank? Grief Karga was 73 this year, so he's close. Takadana Han was number 81. Little Leia was 90, and then Mayfeld was lower than 100. I don't have him offhand.
See, we got.
He was 111.
Okay, so still up there. Sci-fi dude writes VC 375. I think should be an empty slot forever. I mean, that would
be symbolic of how we're never happy, we're never satisfied.
Exactly, and that was Brent 1973 said whatever the 375 is, it will disappoint some at this point. That's how it all goes. But
I'll say and so on this list, like Leia, like I said, she was on 23 and now 26. A lot of these guys were on last year for the first time.
Yeah.
I think Mon Mothma was a couple years ago and this year, but yeah.
And yeah, that's, you just look at this spread. You've got, things that represent Mandalorian, sequel main. You've got sail barge supporting things. The last really big piece that's missing for our Book of Boba Fett stuff, Ahsoka, a couple OT things, Revenge of the Sith, and just a couple key figures that go with like the Ghost and closing out something like the Acolyte. It's the variety I say it, and I've said it already on this stream. It's just really impressive to just kind of see the consistency in some of these asks and these teams and themes that we're really just hoping to either fully build out or put a bow on. So,
yep.
Good diversity.
Yeah.
And then for one time.
So first timers
or one timers. Yeah. I think the bottom two rows are guys that are no longer on the bracket, appeared once.
Everyone after Obi-Wan would be
correct. So Neil and Brutus were last year, and Rebels Rex and the Nuke Ray and these other guys were a couple years ago. So
yeah.
So it's fallen a bit in the rear view, maybe, or other priorities. Some of them are still close. So a lot of these guys are still in the top 100 or near it. But that's just kind of the wackiness. The arbitrary 64 cutoff, we could cut it out. We could, maybe next year we'll do twice as many. Who knows? But
Rook, the beautiful lizard man.
That's cool that he made it on. I want to say with Stacey Teen there, that makes me happy. I've said it before, but after the Cantina HasLab failed to get Arlisle, there was just that big rally around. It's like, okay, we saw it, we want it, the legs exist. Can we get that? And that banging the drum for that, I think, was instrumental in getting that made. So I hope that Stacey Teen and by extension Egan Kolar can get a similar treatment. I doubt that they'd get as big a treatment as Arlisle did, but I'm encouraged to see that at least one of them made the bracket, and I think that'd be really cool to really champion for it. It's like they'd be so cool, man. They'd be so cool, and that's a bummer that we didn't get them. So
Yeah, they looked great, and they did seem to share parts, at least legs, with each other because they were under the robes. But I'll say Stacey was 58, and then Egan was 96, so he's still in the top 100.
Yeah.
I saw some people say, "Yeah, I can't believe these guys were making us, telling us to vote for them." It's like we're not telling you to do anything, but I do think we need to show, if you want them, let Hasbro know, because I think some people were like, "It's again foregone conclusion we're going to get them." It's not a foregone conclusion we're going to get anything.
Nothing is a guarantee for us. So.
But yeah, like I said, it was a lot of fun to see a lot of new Andor stuff and a lot of new Cantina guys or Tatooine characters in general, like Owen and Beru.
Yeah.
This year, but yeah,
that's cool, man. So, how many total characters are there across all of those images?
Oh,
Is it like 80?
Boy, yes, I think I have that all written up.
I counted them at one point, so I wasn't just pulling a random number. I think it's somewhere around 80.
Yes, there were, because I counted 147 unique characters who have appeared on the bracket, with 67 made.
Almost over a whole bracket's worth has been made.
Yeah, wow, dang.
Yeah.
And then 80 of the remaining, 80 remaining ones. And some of them, like Migs, are on the bubble. I know Cal Kestis, he was on before the second game came out. And the second game came out and kind of scratched the itch of a Cal Kestis, but people still want the first game one. So I didn't put him on this list, but I could have. Yeah. But sometimes when we get a version of a figure, they don't rank, as highly anymore. But yeah,
well, we got
it is pretty amazing, because sometimes, like I said, we complain a lot and we beg a lot and we ask for a lot, but we do have to zoom out and say it's kind of amazing that 67 characters that have appeared in the bracket over the years have joined the line.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. And you said one version of a character and then maybe they fall off, but Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan made it, and then Phantom Menace Obi-Wan popped on this year. So.
Tatooine Luke, was on the best of the bracket.
Is too high of a number to be coincidence, so. For all those
we're not
people
saying
out there,
anything. We're not
I'm not saying that in any way Hasbro is obligated to make anything from the bracket, because they're not. At the end of the day, they can do whatever they want, or maybe Lucasfilm is mandating stuff, but it's too high of a number in my mind to be a coincidence. So all those people out there who say, "Oh, Hasbro doesn't listen anyway. There's no point in voting. It doesn't do anything," blah. The results are quantifiable. I mean, they're irrefutable. You cannot deny that progress has been made, and they have delivered. They can't give us everything that we ever want all the time. There's a limited amount of slots. Some of these things take an eternity and a half. It feels like with these 6-timers. It's like, oh my God, how many times we gotta ask you for these things? I get it, but they very obviously are chipping away at this slowly but surely,
Yes. Daniel Falconer here has a good comment. He said, I think generally Hasbro's pretty well tuned into what collectors want. Whether there's tooling budget for it all is the issue.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a lot of handcuff there. So.
And I saw people say, at some point, one of the many things we'll do on this show, at some point, probably after March Madness, is like, how can they build the line around some of these? Because we only get, around 15-ish new tools every year. But then, as we said, when we get new, awesome, generic-ish, legs with boots, then we can reuse them for dozens of different characters, Jedi and Inquisitors and Imperials and everything. So it all helps grow the line, but it would be fun to kind of see, like, oh, if we made, did a little Rogue One focus or a little Clone Wars focus, what kind of repacks and retools can we put in the line to support those kind of play? This is all just a peek at the very difficult job that the Hasbro team has to do of, all right, we got 15 new tool slots. What are we doing? Okay, they want this and that and this and that. This guy's been crying about this for 40 years, and this guy's been crying even louder for 5 years. And
yeah, we're behind on this, so we've got this thing coming out. So we either make a new thing for this, or we fill the slot of something else that they said they want. So
yep.
There's 2 comments here that I'd like to read out loud. The first one's from Riley Bob. He said, "I feel like for the longevity of TVC, Hasbro's hand is getting more forced to the collector's interest rather than randos at Lucasfilm." And then Lieutenant or LT Ketch said, 237 said, "They also have to make the case to Hasbro execs in Lucasfilm. This tournament helps give them data." That's right, absolutely. And at the end of the day, we're giving them a good sample size of community data that is, for for them to take action on, rather than just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. Making random characters like, oh, I hope these sell okay, I hope there's interest for this. Like, no, we're telling them what we are interested in, and yes, that is very helpful to them. They have
But
said as much many times.
well, and to that point as well, Tyler, we've talked about how a big driving factor behind this is to see where collector priorities lie and to see, how that overlaps with where Hasbro's priorities lie. And that also does sometimes overlap. It doesn't preclude what may be mandated by Lucasfilm, because, look at the variety of characters that we have in those 80 some characters that have made it multiple times or whatever, where you do have characters that people are asking for, even from stuff that, quote, everybody hates. There's still stuff that is rule of cool. There's still stuff that is from the new stuff all the way to the stuff that was left on the cutting room floor back in 1977. It's all there. So
Yeah, and like I said, the two biggest, sources of new characters at the time were Andor, literally the newest show as of the time of this bracket, and A New Hope, literally the oldest Star Wars thing, the first Star Wars thing. We
Yeah.
want everything, and then a ton of stuff in the middle.
Yep.
So, but when people complain about like, oh, Lucasfilm's forcing their hand to make stuff, and then, but it's like, then we look at the Black Series reveals today for Maul Shadow Lord, and then we get so insanely jealous, being like, I just want
Yeah.
to automatically get everything in Vintage Collection as well. So like that would be great. Anyway,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. And yes, another question, it was answered already, but we're either the Maul Shadow Lord Inquisitors. Marok was going to make the bracket. We removed him. And 11th Brother was not quite, but same with the AT-AT driver.
Yep.
But yes.
Sweet.
Shall we look ahead a little bit? Cast our minds to we're going to be able to do the reveals on the stream.
Yeah.
Of course, we always hit 2 hours without much difficulty here. But
I know we were just like, are we going to make it to midnight? So yeah,
And then-
I
yeah,
will
and then-
admit, I'm tired. If anybody's noticed me like yawning, I'm not bored. I'm just dog tired, man. I'm sorry.
I feel that.
Struggling, but
it's okay. It's allowed.
I do want to say one thing on the whole, this is just one set of data. They also have, sales data they look at. We got to have a new Darth Vader and a new R2-D2 every year to bring in fans, and they got to do this, that, and the other thing. And they have plenty of different things that they look at. This is just, how can the community kind of rally around certain things that we want and kind of give them more data as well. Doesn't mean they have to make only what's on this list.
Yeah. It's just a good North Star sort of.
Yes.
Yeah.
So should we look at the Fridays matchups while we're here?
Yeah. So, but just
Sure.
real quick reminder, there's
Yes.
a little over 15 minutes left to vote.
Yes.
In today's matchup. And again, that is the first 8 matchups of March Madness. It is the top left. So we call it the Northwest quadrant of the bracket. Those matchups are up today. Those are for the next 15 minutes or so. Cast your vote. Again, it's at the link tree. It's here on the side there. One of us should probably comment that again. So if you're watching this and you haven't voted, please do so. Time is running out. I just commented that in there into the chat. So yeah.
Real quick, couple of comments before we look at Friday. The marketing team at the company I work for, this is from Johnny T4363. Marketing team at the company I work for would kill to have this kind of polling data. See, we try to make it helpful. And then another comment.
Do it out of
from,
love.
No killing necessary here, folks.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Ketch 237 said there's still plenty of people that buy figures that will never come across. And that's true. And again,
Yeah.
this
Exactly.
is only a sampling of the big community, but we
It's
do
a snapshot.
make a conscious effort to reach out to every little corner of the collecting community that we possibly can who's online to get them to participate in this, because your voice, your opinion matters, so please do vote. It does matter. Yes.
It's
Like I
about
said, 67 characters have been made from previous tournaments. So yeah, your vote matters. It matters tremendously, actually.
it's about how all of us here who, do events like this, that, have platforms, or folks that even are just tuned into the community, you guys watching this, people who are subscribed to us and follow things or in other groups or whatever, people who collect actively like that. it's a way for us to, get that sample size and for all of us to have a chance to use our voices to try and better the thing that we love so much for all of us, including the ones that may not be as plugged in, but that they still benefit from, getting things that they also want, but just didn't, don't necessarily know or care as much to have an engagement or a voice for it. So.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
All right. So, John, you were trying to steer us. Let's take a look at it.
Did you already do your schedule? We were doing that first.
I didn't. You know what? Let's do it. Let's look at the schedule real quick. So, again, round of 64. Today was the first round of that. It's every Wednesday. All voting in March Madness is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday throughout the month of March. So, coming up this Friday will be the southwest quadrant of the bracket. So that's going to be 8 matchups we're going to take a look at. But again, if you go to the link tree that's linked here, all of the resources you'll need from the voting link, and it's big and it's got an image on it. We're trying to make this. We use some of the proceeds from the super chats to make our link tree look better this year, so that so that it's super easy, and all the resources in there, including this tournament schedule, so that there's no confusion to it. There's the brackets, everything you need. All your questions should be answered at anything in that link tree. It's all a one-stop shop for all this, from voting to information. Finding this channel, you can do that there. Finding our Instagram, you can do that there. So just looking ahead real quick as well, in the spirit of that, this is not the only Wednesday night live stream we'll be doing. We'll be doing them every Wednesday this month. So next week will be the second round live stream. That is Wednesday, March 11th. It is same bat time, same bat channel. We are going to have a couple guests joining us on that one. I think it's safe to say at the moment, it sounds like it will be middle-aged Kiwi man collecting Star Wars figures and Adventures in Collecting. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Nice.
They're awesome. So those will...
AIC podcast.
Yep, they will be our guests. So we'll put together some graphics. More information will be there. So yeah, we've got lots of fun in store. So stay tuned. Make sure, again, like this video. Thank you guys for watching so far. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're following us at @SWTVC. Most importantly, make sure you have the link tree bookmarked so that you can access all of this stuff all right there for you. So anyway, that's my piece on that.
Yep. Just go to that link tree. Evan will be turning it on and off, turning the voting on and off every couple days.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me ask you, would this be confusing? So I was tempted to just leave the link or the vote on, and then if you click vote and it's the poll is off, it does have a message on there that tells you when the next poll opens.
I don't know. What do you guys think in the comments? Let us know. Let us know. Or should we just remove it every time there's no voting? That's what we kind of.
I just know that there's been some confusion here and there from some folks that are just like, I went to the link tree, but where do I vote? There's nothing there. And it was just like, yeah, because it's not live yet.
True.
But I put the schedule. I think the schedule is the top thing in the link tree at the moment, other than the voting. When the voting's on, the voting is the top thing, but below it is the schedule. So if you're confused, or if you click on the link tree and you're like, oh, there's no voting link, hit that schedule and it should tell you everything you need to know. So.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So we talked briefly. Friday, we've got some more matchups coming up. So this is what's in store.
Yes, they look like we've got Wrecker versus Aunt Beru. We've got Darth Malak versus Omega.
Oof.
We've got General Grievous versus Mon Mothma from Return of the Jedi. Mon Mothma from Andor versus Bix Colleen. Clea Markey versus the Galactic Marine. Clone Commando versus Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Indo Rebel Commando versus Kiadi Mundi. And Tech versus Banis Keeg.
Now, do you always put the higher seated character on the left and the lower on the right? Or just...
For the first round, yes. But then once we get into...
right.
But once we get into the next, I put whoever's first on the bracket left. And so for the first round, that is always the higher ranked character. But yes, if we get like, if one matchup, the lower character wins, so it's not always, but it is. And then I think when Evan does the matchups on the poll, you do always put the higher ranked character.
It makes it easier to visualize the upsets, or if they're, because it's color coded. Right. But if you would prefer I change that, I'm open to feedback on any of this. But so far, no issues.
I think it's fine.
I think it's all good.
Okay.
Amp Brew with rocket launcher, yes.
Yeah.
So she could fight the R5D4 from Power of the Force.
And I saw Riley Bob wrote, "Hearts will be broken." That is, it's not the
Every
name of
time.
the game, but that's pretty much how it goes, man. It's tough choices. If it's easy, it shouldn't be easy. It's got to be hard. So
Yes, there's a lot of these. I mean, again, I want them all, but some of these are pretty hard. Some of them have never been made. Some of them have been made a couple times.
Yep.
Some of them are brand new or newish characters.
got about 10 minutes left of voting, by the way. Yeah. So do you guys want to know how many votes we have in so far? Or should we wait?
Yes.
Okay. Looks
I
like
can
we
also,
have. Oh,
I
sorry.
haven't been updated in hours, so.
Yeah. John, what were you saying?
we can go over the other matchups as well very quickly. I do have them made if you want to, but you can go.
Yeah.
How many? You go first, Evan.
So with 10 minutes left, we are at 1,457 votes for this first day of voting. Not bad, not bad. I
A
think
little bit more than last year, right?
I
A little bit
texted
more.
you guys. I was just about to check that. Day one last year was 1,432, so that's good.
So yeah, we beat last year. Yeah,
That's good.
That's very
So-
good. We're always trying to grow, even if it's just by a little bit. Growing is good.
Every little bit helps. So
Pretty good.
on
pretty good.
Monday,
On Monday, yes. Wow,
there will
two-
be the northeast quadrant of the bracket.
two British boys, 3PO versus Kenobi. We got Client versus Jackie.
Kenobi.
Mara versus Keller. And there you go.
Oh, didn't they face off last year at one point? They may. I don't remember. But
I don't
yeah.
know. I couldn't possibly remember. Two
Yeah.
Disney
Ooh.
era glups with masks. Pretty
Yep.
cool. Pretty cool. I guess the Pike was in Clone Wars as well. But Saw versus your boy Rook.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I updated the
Ooh.
picture for you.
Oh, that was gonna be.
Then we got two of the glups,
Yeah.
two of the deep background glups. These guys were in the original footage. They were bros, but now they are mortal, bitter enemies in March Madness. Cool masked, double-bladed lightsaber guys. Again, fun how this just kind of randomly works out. The
Yeah,
Guard,
that's very true.
second
Yeah,
sister
that's funny.
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Our human brains are wired to find patterns. So
Yeah.
find a pattern between Pelimato and Sesatine. I can't do it. They both go with Haslabs, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. God. Yeah.
Some fun ones, and then let me pull up the others real quick.
So
Thanks
lots
for
of fun in
changing to the
store.
real Rook. See, it's not just me, guys. I promise.
Fake ass.
So I'll just throw this back up again. Look at all those.
Kelly dated him once.
Yes.
She probably did, man. Actually, it's funny.
Oh, Kelly.
If anybody read the Living Force, that wasn't it wasn't Stacey Tin, but was it Eth Koth? One of the
Oh,
Jedi
yeah.
was the accidental debonair, ladies' man.
Well, Kiadi Mundi has like 85 wives, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because his species is dying out or
And
whatever.
legends,
so.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
in Canada, they're doing just fine.
Yeah. So 7 minutes left, folks.
Let's
If you
go to
guys
the-
haven't voted yet, please do. But in the
Please do.
meantime, John is about to say, let's go to the chat.
A
And,
week from today, we'll be
or
doing
a week
these.
from today.
So those are the Monday matchups. Next Wednesday will be Baze Mabas versus SM33. EV99 versus Dash Runner. EV99 will be destroying him. No problem, I hope. Fozak versus Amanda Man. Some more Jabba's Palace love. Bodhi Rook versus Uncle Owen. Chancellor Palpatine versus Melshi. Plo Koon versus Ezra Bridger. Battle of the Jedi. Shasa Teal versus Kira. It's Ladies' Night next Wednesday. here.
Ladies' night. Oh, that's what we
Ladies
should call the
night.
live stream next week.
That was
And
We should
Punk
probably
Law
invite
versus-
some ladies, though, but we're Star
That's
Wars
true.
collectors.
the final last year was Ladies' Night, and that was
Yeah.
so
Yes.
fun, man.
Yeah, that was a
Asajj
vibe.
versus Mara. I loved that showdown. It was so good. And It was
Okay.
very close, too.
Real quick, I see a comment here. The Sand Crawler just joined. How do you vote? Sorry. Okay.
You're just who we're looking for.
Yes. So on the very bottom here, on the bottom right of the screen, there's a link tree. SWTVC. Go there, and there's
Just
a
put it in the
link.
comments again.
You know what? In fact, I do have that pulled up. So
I just copied it in.
yes, but I do have a thing to share so you can see what this looks like. I was going to do this earlier.
Oh yes.
And I never did. So if you go to the link tree, this is what it looks like. So you'll see all of this fun stuff. Click right on.
Sorry, it was
this
the right
thing.
way on my screen. My bad.
Yeah. Oops, there's my alarm that says turn off March Madness and get ready
Oh,
for it.
there.
So yeah, if you go here, you click on that link, it will say vote here. So once you're there, you will then see, oh, it's not going to auto shift over to here. Cool. So you'll see this is the voting form, and you'll see the matchups here. You select one in each matchup and then hit submit. You will need a Google form or a Google account to do so. You have 5 minutes to speed run that. So
vote.
Yes.
Get your vote in.
Yes.
We hope that's
delay.
Hurry up.
that's
Do it.
user friendly though.
Do
We've
it.
tried really hard to make this user friendly. Again, it's, we're working to the best of our ability with the tools that we can afford. So here we are.
Even though we let a few March Madness lists trickle in late because John's a really good mustache man, we are firm about voting. So when we
Yes.
cut that off, it is really cut off. No
You're
more
done.
votes will be accepted. So you
Yeah.
must meet the deadline for voting.
Yeah.
There's no late votes for that.
Yes.
You have 24 hours. Get it in.
Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they're midnight to midnight Eastern time, 12:01 to 11:59 Eastern. So it's over here. It's almost 9 o'clock here on the West Coast. But a couple questions real quick. Where did old Rex end up on the rankings? He ended up at 70. I just had the 74. So he wasn't too far off. It's my bro says, John, you need to play Shadows of the Empire, then you'll love Dash. Perhaps it is the 30th anniversary after all.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's the next Ewok style.
John, you never even finished the original Thrawn trilogy, right? You read the first book.
I read
and
the
you're
first
like,
one.
They're curling their lips too much. I
They're
hate it. I
twisted.
hate it.
What does Zahn have against the word smile, smirk? Why are they always twisting and killing their lips? It's gross. I read that one. It was fine. I started the first Thrawn book. It was a slog. I don't know. Not for me. You started Darth Plagueis and didn't like it either, which I liked a lot more than those books. But
I mean, I will finish it, but I don't know. Everybody raves about that book, and I find it very slow. Maybe I'm just not to the good part yet. I don't know.
There's a little bit of James Luceno's writing, which is I do like, but sometimes it can get a little dry, and it's a lot about banking, and sometimes it feels like an extended Wikipedia summary or Wikipedia entry, and I'm like, I don't know.
I'm like, when does it get to the good part? I'm like driving to Massachusetts on my 8-hour drive overnight, and I'm like trying to read this book while listen to it as an audiobook, obviously, and it's putting me to sleep.
Like with the new Thrawn book, he would always solve. There would be some mystery, then there would be no way. I don't know. Then it was yes, if you use this metal that's in this droid that I found, I'm actually a super genius about this. I'm like, well, that's not fun.
If you study their art, you will find that.
I like him in the shows. I like him in Rebels and Ahsoka, but I don't know.
I'm currently doing a read through of. I just finished a reread of the Thrawn trilogy. Funny enough, well, by just I mean within the past couple months. And
the new one, or the canon?
No, the Heir to the
OG.
Empire trilogy.
Oh wow!
And I moved into. I started reading a few of that Bantam era, that in between the Thrawn trilogy and New Jedi Order, and woof, bro, I had to skip some of those books. Courtship of Princess Leia is just I can't.
Pretty rough.
I can't do it. So New Jedi Order, I jumped back into Vector Prime. I know, John, you're not a fan. I love New Jedi Order, Legacy of the Force, Fate of the Jedi. Yeah, Dark Nest trilogy. Those are all really good. So I'm rereading them. I enjoy them. Maybe they're not really good, but I enjoy them. I'll just say that.
All right,
so,
fair enough. I know I told you I finished Brotherhood recently, which is a canon novel from a couple years ago, but it's that business on Cato Neimoidia. It takes place right between Attack of the Clones and Clone Wars, so it's Anakin and Padme's early marriage. It's how much does Obi-Wan know about that? It's a lot of very fun character stuff if you love those characters, and I do.
Yeah, I love it.
We're getting very near the end here, yes?
Yeah, it's actually 9:59, or sorry, 11:59 for those of you in real time. So voting should be closed. We're trying something here. It should have it automated that it should turn off. So we'll see what happens. If it doesn't, I'm ready to hit the button. So
maybe at the end of the minute.
Yeah, I think it might be.
You got about 20 seconds left if you're trying to vote.
You're gonna have to make some real quick choices there.
Yeah. You might have a couple extra seconds because I set it for 10 p.m. Mountain Time on the dot. No seconds, just 10 p.m. Mountain Time,
Should be fine.
which is midnight. So that should turn it off. So we'll see what happens.
Brotherhood is so good. Yes, Lorena. Yes, Bob. It is very good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Hold the plug. Yeah, the people want the results. Hurry up already.
All
Make the
right, let's
time
go.
go fast.
It turned off. It
It
automatically
automatically
worked.
closed on the
It
specified
did it.
date.
And hold on, let me see. Did the link tree pull the link? It didn't, because I didn't actually automate that. That's why. So
Nah.
I'll pull that here shortly. It does have a message that
Here we
says polling
go.
is
The
closed.
moment everyone's been waiting for
Do you want me
2
to-
hours.
Should I
Let's
present
do
the
it.
images again or not?
Yeah,
Just
present
while
the
we
images
have them
again.
up, while we have them up.
All right, everybody, get ready. And I still got to I got to figure out the template for tomorrow. So around midday tomorrow, we'll post the results on Instagram. And then we'll, I'm sure folks will share them around. I'll reach out and make sure that those are wherever anyone's platform of choice is. All right. So day 1 of TVC March Madness 6 with the Northwest quadrant of the bracket. In these first matchups, we had 1,461 votes today. Good stuff. Good stuff. So in this first matchup,
good.
Luthen Rail versus Fifth Brother Inquisitor with 70.3% of the vote.
Oof.
Fifth Brother, just kidding. Number 1, Luthen Rail is keeping it rail for into the next round. So
Keeping it
Luthen
rail.
Rail.
He railed the fifth brother.
Oh my God. Can we
Yep.
not?
1,027 votes
Oh,
for Luthen Rail.
God.
Crazy. So that was.
We are
Let's just go ahead.
officially blacklisted. Like,
Yeah.
oh my.
It's
Well,
hey,
what-
we called it SWTVC Nights. We're fine.
Nights. Let's just go ahead and say
yeah,
that
makes
is-
it okay.
I think can we reveal that was the biggest blowout of the day? Obviously, number
It
1 versus number
was.
64.
But there's one really close one we'll get to in just a
Yes.
second.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, that was the biggest blowout of the day. Next up, we have number 32, Luke Skywalker, Bespin Fatigues versus number 33, Bosk, with 845 votes, which is 57.8% of the votes. Oh, I'm a little fatigued by this because Luke lost. Bosk is
Yeah.
advancing to the next round.
No way.
crazy.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
In an upset, number 33
Yep.
upset against number 32.
Yep,
The 2
that is-
closest ones in the bracket.
Dude.
The first upset of TVC March Madness 6. Sorry, Luke, but you know what? We still want to make the
Wow.
mains. But yeah,
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yep.
Wow.
cool. All right.
I feel like this, you know what I bet happened here is everyone thought that Luke was going to win. So they voted for Bosk and then Bosk won. I
yeah.
bet you that's what happened.
It's hard to play games because you never know if you're the only one thinking that way or if everybody's thinking that
Yeah.
way. So-
Yeah.
All
So
right.
Interesting.
So next up, we have number 17, Qui-Gon Jinn versus number 48, Frog Lady, with 798 votes, which is 54.6% of the votes of the day. Qui-Gon Jinn is going to the next round.
Yeah, buddy.
So sorry, Frog Lady. That was relatively close, though. 54 to
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah,
Pretty
54.6, 45. Okay.
Not a blowout by any means.
No, not a blowout. And
Speaking of, not a blowout.
this is the closest match of the day. And this is a split of
Oh my
five
God.
by 5 votes.
Points.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
So this is number 16, Dryden Voss versus number 49, Yachts Oren. Did enough of us have the hots for yachts?
I got to write Miko right now and tell him.
The answer
Good
is
news
no.
or the bad news? No, it's
The bad news.
for him. I'm sorry.
Dryden Voss
Ah!
by 5 votes. Dryden
No
Voss won with
way.
50.2%. So 5 vote difference, 733 to 728. Close. That one was a nail biter.
So wild.
Yeah, there was periods where they were like 3
Yeah.
votes apart or up
At
to
one point-
13.
Oh
At
my
one point, they were
God.
dead even for about 20 minutes or so. Not that I was
Jeez.
checking today. So
Miko is literally going to throw himself in front of a train.
I know,
That
and-
poor guy.
So anyway,
oh
we
my
really-
God.
we really appreciate the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Facebook group for
Yes.
continuing to support March Madness and hopefully continuing to support the rest of the tournament.
Oh, Miko.
At least we got Lewis still.
We do have Lewis
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
So, okay.
Wow, that's so wild, man.
Oof. Yeah. I guess what?
Crazy.
Not a lots of us had the hots for yachts. So Not lots of us. There we go. Okay. Anyway, done
It
with
was
that.
a
We don't
lot.
have to
It
do
was.
that
It
anymore.
was a lot.
It was a lot. There's a
close
lot
as
of
the
hots
day.
for yachts. Okay, so Echo versus Princess Leia. So number 9, Echo versus number 56, Princess Leia Organa Ewok Village. With 791 votes, which is 54.1% in this matchup. Echo. That batch is bad,
Come
man.
on, baby. Let's go.
The power of Clone Force 99 compels you.
Ooh, ooh.
No surprise.
Yep. So,
They always sail through.
yeah.
It's almost like Hasbro should take a hint already. God.
I was it Chris? Yeah, Chris Rife during the Bosk's Bounty stream with
He was
you
like,
guys.
"We-
I think he was like, "We know."
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
well
aware
then
of-
make them.
We're aware of
Dude.
we're aware of the demand. It's like, all right, well,
Okay. We're aware that you're aware. So,
in a day now.
all right.
All right.
And okay.
Minnie versus Shivi. Do you want me to handle this one? I know it's a little
No. Okay. So number 24, Ben Solo Exegol versus number 41, Emperor Palpatine Sith Eternal. Ow. Ben Solo lost in an upset. The Emperor is continuing on. Somehow he has returned for next round.
Oh, that was an upset, huh?
801 votes with 54.8% to Ben Solo's 660. So you all would vote for him if you
Wow.
weren't cowards. Just kidding. Not actually
Wow.
antagonizing. It's the shirt for the audio listeners.
Look what you have made.
Yeah, you guys have made me a
Just-
monster.
You've
So
made Evan sad, and I'm sad too. But you know
That's-
what?
But here we are. That's the nature of March Madness. That is my top one.
Weak.
That is my
Like
most-
your parents.
So
falls the last Skywalker.
or in the original version of the script, he disappeared, never to be seen again. But we'll probably see him again next year.
See you
Fingers
next year.
crossed. So, but again, stuff like that in the spirit of it all, that's my most wanted character. Man, that is a heartbreak to see him not make it. But I am just so pleased that for the 6th year in a row, people showed up, got him on their lists, got him on this bracket. So that means the world to me in and of itself. Everything else is icing on the cake. I wish the cake was a little more tasty, yet here we are. So, all righty, gang. Moving on from my heartbreak. Number 25, Savage Press versus number 40, 21B. With 774 votes, 53%.
That's pretty
Savage
close.
Press. Savage Press is advancing to the next round.
Again, not a blowout. That's pretty close.
A lot of these are generally, there's a lot of consistency
are
in how
the-
close these are. So,
A lot of them are in the 45-55 range.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
yep.
So when nobody wants these. Plenty of
Yep.
people. It's very close almost all the time.
Yeah. All right. Last matchup of the day.
Finally,
All right, John. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm looking at it right now, but I'm
Yeah.
also ready to hear you say it.
We've got number 8, Sweet Simalu, Imperial Dignitary, versus number 57, Boshek. And, with 772 votes, 52.8%, Simalu is the one pointing to show Boshek where
How
to go.
sweet
and that is out
it
the
is.
door.
For sweet Simalu.
So Simalu is advancing to the next round of TVC March Madness 6. Are we on track to see Boss Bounty's bracket happen? Who
It's-
knows?
It's
Well,
not impossible at this
you
point.
know
A
what,
real
though?
Cinderella story, guys. A real Cinderella story.
At least for the people who want Bosk, Boshek, and Cantina Dude, at least one of them moved forward. Bosk did move forward. So
Johnny T4363 writes, well, it's been real. Yeah, it has.
Wow.
But I'm glad to
Very
know that I'm
clever.
not solo in wanting him. So there we go.
It's going to be a sim sweep. We're in a simulation. We're simping.
simulation.
If you can pull up the bracket one more time, we can just look at
Yep. Let me.
what that means, or I can do it. Whatever you like. Whatever you
Nope,
like.
I got you. Let me. I said I got it, but here we are. Okay.
Bop, 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 bop.
All right.
87 people still watching.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks
guys.
for
Thanks
being
for
here.
We're
joining
almost
us.
done.
Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff as usual. We're trying.
right,
to
well,
YouTube
I got
this
it.
here.
If
And
you
I just got it. Dang, dude.
Boop, boop, boop. All right. Well, here we go. Okay. So for the guys that are moving forward, so it'll be Luthen versus Bosk. next Friday, I believe. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Luthen versus Boss. Then it'll be Qui-Gon versus Dryden Voss. And then it'll be
interesting.
Echo versus Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
Then it'll
Oh,
be
God.
Savage versus Sim. I don't know if my boy can make it past that one, but we'll find out.
It's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
Yes, plenty to come before then.
Let's see. So let me
Very
just pull up the
interesting.
schedule again real quick, just to really get us back here. Oh my God, I'm doing my best work today on the computer. It's
Fun to see the
awesome.
results revealed in real time. Yes, thank you everybody for
Yeah,
joining
be
us.
sure to tune in. So here's the schedule for live streams. Be sure to tune into these Wednesday night live streams. You know, it's we obviously try to have fun with this. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know, and if you stick around long enough, you can get a sneak peek at who wins before we post about it the next day. So these Wednesday night streams, you know, we're gonna have fun again. We're gonna have some guests popping up, a couple surprises. There will be some giveaways of some Carbonites, so that you guys too, even though Ben Solo didn't make it to the next round, you guys will be able to at least have something, as well as other previous bracket winners in that Carbonite set. So here's the schedule for that: 10 p.m. Wednesday nights throughout March. Looking at schedules still, here's where we're at. So the round of 64 Northwest Quadrant is done. Next round of voting is Friday, March 6th. That begins at 12:01 a.m. Eastern time.
24 hours from now.
And I just
24
want to
hours.
reiterate again, please spread the word about the voting schedule to all your corners of the interwebs, all the little sites that you're on, all the social media platforms and everything, because we always inevitably see people who are like, oh, I didn't know it was a voting day, or oh, I thought we only had to vote once, or like, I mean, dude, every year we see these comments. So like, please help us spread the word.
Help us
Please.
help you.
Like, please help us.
Yeah. So
So
anyway, there's that again. Is there anything else you guys want to cover before we get out of here? Tyler, I know you're tired, but I think it looks like you were a
I'm
little
so
reinvigorated by those reveals. So John, it's early for you. Shut up.
Ah, man, it was fun. It's too bad that we can't do a stream after every single round, but it'd just be too much. So yeah, we'll do it again in a week. So there won't be a stream after Fridays or Mondays. Monday's the big one for me. We've got Rook and also Mara on that day, right? Is it both of them?
We just talked about it, and I can't remember.
Yeah, we just talked about it. I don't remember it. Yes, Rook.
For
and
you
Mara are
EU
both in.
fans, you better show up on Monday. All right, I'm counting on you guys. I want your votes. I want them. I want them.
Sweet. Will I update this grouping of characters on this image throughout the tournament? No, I will not, because
Don't break your back.
I spent so much time trying to find images of all these characters.
You really did a great job.
I feel
awesome.
insane trying to find a Sisvit. I know it's the wrong one, John.
I have Sisvit images for you.
I did not know that.
The best story about this is that Evan spent hours making this, and then I still gave him a hard time about putting scrawny Rook on it. I was like, no, fix it. I want that gangly abomination.
I knew that was coming, so I didn't give him crap about the purple Sisvit, which should be silver, but that's okay.
I didn't even think about it.
See, as with Hasbro, we got to focus on the two tiny little issues where it's beautiful, it's great. There's still a lot of work for me to do this month. Most of my burden is done after the submissions, but Evan has a lot of work to do. So thank you, Evan, for all the work you have done so far and will continue to do. This is just the beginning, as you said.
You did the legwork in February, and I guess it's my turn to try to carry the baton this month. So
I just get to go to Photoshop and turn off the layers of the different characters. It's pretty easy, I got to say, but
yeah. All right. Well, okay, guys, let's, we're about 15 minutes past. Again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in on a Wednesday night to, hang with us, talk about March Madness, talk about characters, learn a little bit, all that stuff. Again, what Tyler said, spread the word, spread that link tree around like fire across the galaxy so that we can all really, make this matter, make this meaningful. Again, we are in no way affiliated. We have to just really stress this with Hasbro in any way. You know, they're not obligated to make anything that happens here. But it is worth saying that they do pay attention to stuff like this. They do pay attention to these community events. They were in the bracket reveal stream. Both Chris and Brandon were watching that. They tuned into the Boss Bounty stream. It matters to them. They're showing the initiative. They're putting in the time. They're listening to us dorks ramble about stuff and being like, oh, the knees are wrong on my Obi-Wan. Like, you know, thank you to them for doing that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They haven't hit the mute button on us yet. So
maybe they have. Maybe they're watching, you know, just they muted it. They're just watching closed captions and they'll be like, what are they talking about? Because everything's misspelled. So anyway, appreciative of that. Again, voting resumes in just a little under 24 hours from now. That will be the next round of matchups, and that will then close out the left side of the bracket, round of 64, and we'll move on to the east side of the bracket and start deciding there. So, yeah. All right. Anything else, guys, or should we pack it in?
Fascinating results. Let's close it out.
Yes, thank you, everybody. That's all I'll say. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you all.
Who spread the word, who commented tonight, who was here with us tonight. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Save that link tree. Like this video. Yes. Subscribe to this channel. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure you follow Carbonites and check out his website. See what's up. Again, I cannot thank him enough for that March Madness set. That is incredible. Vincent, you're my hero. Unfortunately, my heroes don't tend to make it too far in March Madness, but you've gone a long ways there, kid. We're good. We're good.
Monday, people. Monday. I'm just saying. Yeah.
All righty, gang. Well, that does it for another installment of TVC March Madness, the SWTVC show nights. As always, keep 375 alive. Back TVC. Vote in TVC March Madness. And may the force be with you. Thank you, everybody.